This is Dolany TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon and welcome back to another live stream as we get set for Team Canada versus Team Czechia at the top of the clock, 5 o'clock Mountain Time here in Alberta. Oh yeah, you betcha. You know what? We got the tournament underway with game one of the tournament between Finland and Germany, and now suddenly we sit waiting for Team Canada to get into action and get things started. So my friends, it's a good time to sit down, relax, enjoy, figure out how you're going to watch the hockey game, and of course, maybe grab a beverage, grab something to eat, grab a coffee, whatever you need. Now would be the best time to do it as we get set for tonight's matchup between these two teams. Teams that, well, historically Canada's always gotten the better of them, but you know what? Every team this tournament looks half decent so far, so you can't take anything for granted, and you ought to come out and play some hard, fast, good hockey to get this tournament underway if you're Team Canada. So with that said, my friends, what I want you to do is take a second, pull out your phone. Are you unable to watch tonight's hockey game? I think you are. Probably, right? That's probably why you're tuning in, or else you're literally after 10 minutes coming to say hi to me. Either way, if you're unable to watch tonight's hockey game, what I want you to do is take out your phone. Text that aunt, text that cousin, text that friend, text that mom, dad, whoever's in your life that has a cable TV package or some kind of TV package. Say, hey, you mind sharing your login information to your service provider with me? And hey, then once you get that, if you're in Canada, that's where this key is. If you're in Canada, then you go on over to tsn.ca and you punch it in there and you say watch live, and you type into the service provider information section that password, email that your friend, mother, whoever the heck gave to you, and then you watch tonight's hockey game with the rest of us goofs. All right, good, game, gold. That answers that question right off the top. Secondarily to that, if you remember watching these live streams last year, you would know you used to be able to donate to me, you used to be able to whatever you wanted to do. The rads, there's everything. That is all gone, done, away with. Good night, over, finished, don't want a piece of it. What I want you to do is instead this holiday season, go out and donate to a charity of your choice. If you're willing to come in here tonight and give me money, you know what? Those animals up in Cold Lake, those animals in wherever you want to say, in Calgary, Edmonton, they could all use the love. Every animal shelter, I'm sure, has an online donation page that you could go donate through. Obviously, the mustard seed in Edmonton, I always forget what it is in Calgary. Other than that, right, there's a multitude of options across the country and across the world of where you could throw some money to do some local good. So that's where I'm sitting at tonight, is if you're looking at throwing around money on YouTube, instead save it, can it, and go throw it around somewhere in your local community to make a difference today. So, my friends, we now get set for oh, look at that. Look at that. Jason Greger and Jason Strudwick will be doing the play-by-play in color for Canada versus Czechia tonight. That's fantastic. Good to use some local talent up in Edmonton, that is for sure. All right. Anyway, what we need to know is it's Canada, Czechia, top of the clock. Sweden, Russia, well, they're engaged in a heck of a hockey game here. 4-3. For Sweden with 15 minutes to go. Russia got no goaltending from Askarov, and now all of a sudden they're back in it with a quick couple of goals to get things going. But my friends, let's get over to the IIHF Game Center and see what they can tell us about tonight's matchup, as it's going to be the referees, Brander Riku and Ewert. Oh, hold on. Riku, Brander, and Mark Ewert are the referees for tonight's matchup between Canada and Czechia. Nick Briganti, and Roman Slavkovsky are the linesmen. You want to challenge me anymore? Probably not going to be able to pronounce it, quite honestly. So we'll deal with that as this hockey game goes along, I promise you. But as we currently sit, we are about, well, just over 15 minutes away from things getting underway in Canada. But look at that one. Just a weird goal going into the net, and somehow that one counts for Michkov? Sure. All right. I'm sure. Anyway, what else do we need to see? Russia made a goaltending change. That's what you need to know. And that's about all there is to know, quite honestly. And for the World Juniors, of course, if you missed the game earlier, Muzzenberger scored for Germany, which is a big development for those guys over there. And, well, other than that, there's not much else to know about the World Juniors so far other than what's going on in Sweden and Russia. Finland took the first game, so of course that's something to pay attention to if you're Team Canada up in Edmonton, but down in Red Deer. I hate the camera angle. I hate the look of the rink in terms of how things look on the camera, but what do you do? As I was saying, I was complaining about the camera work in Edmonton, so now I'm going to complain about Red Deer. That seems about on par for this guy right here. So we've got the scoreboard, we've got everything going, so let's turn over and just quickly check some stuff out here if there's anything going here, as I just want to check that poll quickly. I set up a poll for tonight's hockey game, and so far on 7 votes, it looks like Canada has the 71% lead. Czechia has a vote, and of course Hockey Fans has a vote as well. Now, see, my best part about this new setup that I've got going here for live streams is the fact that the cats can decide to sit right in front of the TV. But because I don't care about checking things as much as I used to, now we sit here and we're able to just sit and look at the computer and figure out what's going on as well. Because, I mean, tsn.ca has the nice, what do you call it, nice theater mode for the widescreen. So that's nice to at least be able to kick back and have 2 screens when the cat is just specifically right in the middle of the screen for no other reason other than to have my eyes on him. But what do you do? Oh my God, Eklund coming after Michkov. Oh. Wow, all right, that's the 3rd goal, all right. So 2 goals in 41 seconds for Russia in that one. As we await this one to get underway, where are we at? We're on TSN 4. Let's flip over, to TSN 1 and see if we can get this pregame underway. I don't really care about Russia, Sweden anymore, and now all of a sudden we're up and over to it, and that's all that matters now. We're going to get this hockey game underway at the top of the clock. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, so I tried to stream earlier tonight, or today. That was part of the idea, was to try and stream the whole game for Finland, Germany to get one under the belt before tonight's Canada matchup. However, work called, and then work canceled, and then work called again and canceled again. So, yeah, a guy didn't even get to leave the house really other than just warm up the vehicle around town today. But however, that leads to me having to close out on that live stream earlier today, which kind of was a bummer because I think we were just hitting our stride, quite honestly, as things got underway for Germany and Finland in that 3rd period. All of a sudden, I think at one point, I don't know how much you guys know about how YouTube works and stuff, but it shows your views per minute and stuff. And for a guy that took 10 months off streaming a hockey game, just as that phone call came in from work, I ended up with 155 views in a minute. 155 unique people clicked into the live stream at once in 1 minute. That's insanity, quite honestly. So here we go. Let's see what we can do here and get going for this hockey game. So they've got the hockey heroes on the Team Canada masks, and no. All right, get down, cat. You're being a pest. But Dylan Garand gets the start for Team Canada tonight as they face Czechia. It's James Duthie, Bob McKenzie on the television right now, but we'll wait for things to get underway here between these two teams. Of course, there was a lot of football today, so I hope you enjoyed your Boxing Day football. If you're just tuning in to Dolany TV right now, I'd like to say I'm sure it was a good day of football and a great day for some kick back, sit back on the couch and do nothing action, I guess you could say. That's what I'm going to go with. Sure. Anyway, let's get to Twitter and see if I'm going to miss anything here. Nothing much on Twitter. All right. What do we got? Nothing happening on Twitter. Shane Wright ready to roll. Oh yeah, they're showing Shane Wright doing the puck dribble tricks. I don't even know what you could call that, quite honestly. And nothing else going on. Other than, yeah, some stuff about Russia, Sweden that really doesn't matter. It's just all that stuff. So Connor Bedard, Xavier Bourgault, Will Cooley. All right. Ridley Gregg. Holy crap, Mason McTavish looks like a big guy. Get down, cat. Get down. Jake Neighbors, Pride of Airdrie, Alberta, getting the job going. So that's going to be good to see. I mean, wearing an A for us as well. That's pretty huge if you're an Albertan wearing an A in an Alberta World Juniors. That's pretty exciting for him. And of course, Caden Gooley wearing the C. So you got Neighbors down there on the third line with Gregg and Surdiff. And then you've got Bork, Johnson, McTavish, Bourgault, Shane Wright, and Cole Perfetti on the projected top line tonight. You got to be kidding me. Bourgault gets that spotlight. Let's go. That's all right. We aren't complaining about that. From one guy to the next, eh? We go from Muzzenberger to Bourgault in a matter of one live stream. And now we can look forward and kick butt with what will hopefully be a good rest of the stream. We're now 10 minutes from about things getting underway with puck drop, so that's good news for us as well. But currently, we got to get through things in this highlight pack for Finland and Germany. That was a beautiful rebound goal there kind of deal. It deflected off of Muzzenberger's skate right onto Mata's stick, and he made no mistake about that one, and that's the 3-1 goal right there. Wow, I just barely missed that. Probably about 2 or 3 minutes away from seeing that goal happen before we cut the stream earlier today. And then Sweden, Russia, they're still in action. And Sweden's had some pretty good goals, but I mean, Askarov was pretty bad as well, so that should discount it a little bit. But Edvinsson right there squeaks it through Askarov. And then this is the one everyone's talking about on Twitter, where he just looks absolutely awful on that goal. Andre, I believe that now he's wearing the C after Philip Broberg, his defense partner last year, of course, was there with him. Anyway, so World Junior Championship bracket, Group A in Edmonton, it's Canada, Finland, Germany, Czechia, and Austria. Czechia finished up 7th last year. And then US, Russia, Sweden, Slovakia, Switzerland in the other bracket. Feels weird not seeing like a Latvia or somebody in there, but it just is what it is at this point, and we'll see what happens the rest of the way with the tournament next year when Belarus gets into the tournament without anybody being relegated. That's the interesting thing. We're going to have 11 teams. Orangey, please get down. Please get down, buddy. As yeah, that's where we sit. So now Czechia trying to finish things up and finish better than they have the past few years. Ray Ferraro joins James Duthie on the pregame show as we get set for this one. It's going to be a very good hockey game, I think. For Team Canada, that is. Right? That's where we'd be sitting on this one, is I think Team Canada's got this one in the bag, quite honestly, but you just never know, so keep that in mind as well. Right now, you guys as well think Canada's got this one in the bag, 79-14 and 7% for hockey fans. Ooh, bless me. Brutal. Anyway, we got people joining us from the Czech Republic this evening. Of course, that was our fun time last year. We had people joining from the Czech Republic. See, I knew it wouldn't take me long to mess that up. Czechia. I think they've officially wanted to be called now, so that's fair. We'll go with it and get it done, but we are currently sitting here ready for this one to get underway, and now I've got a cat scrap out in the laundry room and good old time, right? Great time. Anyway, what else are we missing here? Game center for things. So lineups, of course, Jan Myšek, after wearing the C for Team Czech Republic last year, he will wear the C for the Czech Republic once again, the Montreal Canadiens prospect. David Juracek will wear an A, and Michael Gut will wear an A as well. I hope I pronounced that properly. I think I did. I think I threw the right thing on there, but we'll find out. I'm sure somebody will correct me when I start messing things up as we go along this evening. Again, pardon me, I've been very out of the hockey loop for the past several months, and that is by design and on purpose. So, my friends, gear up, buckle up. It could be an interesting go for this hockey game tonight between Canada and Czechia. I promise you that. As Team Canada is set to take them on. You ready? Okay, so we've got, what do we got? Do we have anything? Not really. Yeah, there's not much to it in terms of what's on Twitter for sure about tonight's game either. All right, that's where we sit. Okay, perfect. So we'll take a quick look over to Twitter or to my phone here just to make sure I'm not missing anything before we get things going right away. And it doesn't look like we are. Of course, I'd like to thank everybody that tuned into the Finland versus Germany game. That live stream has now just crossed 6,400 views. I'm sorry, but when you take, what did I take? 10 months off streaming, and the first stream back's almost 6,500 views. That's a little insane. Just saying. So, let's get things underway here. As I don't think there's anything else I'm missing before tonight's hockey game gets going right now. It is 5-3. That just updated for Sweden and Russia down there in Red Deer. So that's good news there. And now it's Canada versus Czechia in the pregame. Just waiting for this one to get underway in about 7-8 minutes time here live from Rogers Place in Edmonton, Alberta. So, other than that, I guess the big story of the day, if you're in Alberta, is the record cold for Christmas here. Yesterday, if you're up north, I think it hit minus 35 in certain spots before Christmas night was done. And then, of course, this morning down here in southern Alberta, it was minus 32 or something. And it's supposed to be minus 38 overnight tonight. So that's pretty insane if you ask me, in terms of how terrible it's going to be to deal with in the weather tomorrow morning. My room was like an ice box, quite honestly. When I woke up this morning, drafting off the window, freezing my butt off. But hey, guys survived. That's what the blankets are for, right? Anyway, sit here and tell you all about that. One more reminder before we get this thing underway, I guess we should do, is if you're new to how this all works, I just sit here and tell you what happens in the game. You chat with me and we go away with that. However, if you want to watch the game and you're in Canada, right? You're sitting here in Canada tonight telling me, hey, I can't watch the game. How do I do it? I'm going to tell you how to do it. You go find your friend, your mother, your brother, your sister, your cousin, your aunt, your uncle, your whoever, the guy you know down the street. You bang on their door, you text them, you call them, you say, hey, I know you've got a cable package. Hey, I know you've got a TV package. You mind sharing your login info for that TV provider so as I can log into tsn.ca and go watch this World Juniors game between Canada and Czechia? That's how you do it. Literally, you get that information from them, you pay them a case of beer, you bring them a bottle of Bailey's, whatever the ask is before this holiday season gets finished with New Year's. You pay the price, you watch the World Juniors the whole time, and you get to enjoy from the comfort of your own home without having to go out to buddy's house that's 3/4 of the way across town. And I mean, it's minus 38 out there. Your truck probably won't start anyway. So, dang, right? At least there's a solution right there if you are in Canada tonight. So, my friends, enjoy. Ryan Rashog reporting here. Of course, he got to experience everything with his son in the bubble last year. And I thought that just to be an absolute fantastic thing. I made a whole story of it on Twitter, and quite grateful for that whole situation last year. All right, gold evenly split over the past 9 years. 3 nations share 3 titles over 9 titles, and it's been quite a mess in the World Juniors for the past 9 years between Finland, US, and Canada. Anyway, here we go. Canada, Czechia, top of the clock, 2 minutes time. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take a quick break, and I will be right back. Give me a second, and we'll get this thing underway. I promise you that. Not that. I didn't want to do that, did I? Do that. All right, let's hone in and let's get this done, shall we? Let's get this hockey game up and underway. Team Canada, Czechia at the top of the clock. It is now. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get this World Juniors underway. My honest face, the starter for this one. As we get set for what will be a good little hockey game tonight, that is for sure. As it'll be a nice start to the stream and start to the game for Canada, I'm sure, and of course a start to the tournament that we all are usually used to. That is for sure. So here we go. Who wins tonight's matchup? 83% of you have voted for Team Canada so far, so that's huge. That's good to see, as I expect that to be a landslide margin right there tonight for us. So my friends, what do we got? Team Canada, Czechia at Rogers Place in Edmonton. What's going to be a heck of a matchup for sure. And of course, we look to Dylan Garand, who should be a great goaltending performance tonight, of course, based on what he did in the pre-tournament action against Russia. So a lesser opponent in Czechia. I don't mean to say that as a bad thing. I just, right, there is a downgrade in competition between those two teams. But we'll see what each of them bring this evening. So I'm actually not wrong in saying tonight, finally. I was wrong in saying tonight all afternoon between Finland and Germany. If you joined us for that live stream, I appreciate it very much so. We're up at 6,500 views on that live stream now as we cross into tonight's action between Canada and Czechia, as we currently sit 6,426 views on that Finland-Germany stream. Like I said, my first stream back in 10 months. Feels great to be back. Feels great to be rocking the vest for something other than telling you I'm going away. So, my friends, let's get this thing underway and get this thing rocking, because we're about to have a heck of a good hockey game. It's Jeff O'Neill, Bob McKenzie, and James Duthie on the board for this one. As, Canada, Czechia. Jan Mysak, I think if you're a Canadians fan, is going to be a big watch in tonight's action. Of course, then if you're anyone else, I think you're just watching for Team Canada to go off. If you're of certain variety of fan, you're watching for Xavier Bourgault to get it going, or of course there's way too many options for who you want to watch dominate tonight's game. Cole Perfetti if you're a Jets fan, of course. Mason McTavish if you're a Ducks fan. Like, there's a lot to it. Kent Johnson, I think he was drafted by somebody. Do you think I remember who? Absolutely not. I think the Blue Jackets, but I could be mistaken. And that is, absolutely going to be a good time. So up to 68 viewers on the live stream, guys. Appreciate you tuning in. Let's get this thing ripping, as it's going to be one more commercial break and then to the action. Dylan Garand gets the start for Team Canada tonight. If you're just wondering who's starting in net, that's going to be a big one after his performance against the Russian side in the pre-tournament action on December 23rd, which literally I got home and I got to watch a minute of that. It was a little wacky. Setting up for Christmas on the 23rd, kind of left work at 5:45 and then didn't leave town until about, 6:15 after picking up pizza and stuff. Ooh, I've got pizza in the fridge. That's post-game tonight. And then all of a sudden, then had to pick up a dog, bring it back here, and now the house has been crazy with visitors, dogs, animals, everything you could name. Yeah, the house has been a little crazy to start Christmas so far. So we sit with things getting underway here as the hockey game is set to get going in any moment now. One more Skip the Dishes commercial. I think that's going to be the most played commercial. They'll probably have the Gatorade commercial most played, but maybe on your bingo card for the World Juniors this year, you might want to put down which commercial is going to be the most overplayed. I'm looking for either Gatorade or Skip the Dishes so far. Obviously, two companies that have a lot of money. I'm sure they'll overplay the heck out of their commercials if they get the chance. But, there's not much more to be said about tonight's hockey game other than the fact that Team Canada just has to go out here, take care of business, win this hockey game, start the tournament with a W, and look forward to Tuesday against Team Austria when you and I will get to chat once again. So this game being played out of Rogers Place in Edmonton, Alberta. If you've never been to Edmonton, it's a dump, I think is the accurate term any other Albertan from anywhere other than Edmonton would use to describe the city. Technically, there's a lot of great things, don't get me wrong, but the general consensus amongst Albertans is Edmonton's exactly what I used. However, Rogers Place, the crown jewel in the heart of the city, absolutely incredible building and the best in the NHL and one of, if not the best in the world as well. So we get things set for this World Juniors to get underway. They're waving every single flag on the big scoreboard at center ice. Of course, one of the largest scoreboards in the world as well at center ice at Rogers Place. So, my friends, let's get this tournament underway. There comes Team Czechia to the ice, and of course, they're wearing those newer uniforms with the lion head, I believe, or the wolf head. I've never actually gotten full confirmation. Somebody want to give that to me in the chat? Of course, those are the jerseys, the ones on my screens right now that I'm a little more used to seeing, but we're getting this thing going right away. So Team Canada, 86% of you have voted on 64 votes to get this going. And of course, guys, unfortunately, I cannot show the game due to copyright restrictions, but what I will tell you before this game gets underway, if you know a friend, a mother, a brother, sister, cousin, uncle, aunt that has a cable package, ask them for their login information to their service provider. Go take that over to tsn.ca if you're in Canada, put it into the TV service provider login information center, and you'll be able to have access to tonight's game via their cable package. Do that. Make sure to do that because, I mean, that's how I'm doing it. You think I'm just sitting here telling you what's happening in the game because I got a fancy cable package on home sitting on satellite? No, guys. I'm bumming just like I'm telling you to bum. And you know what? Unlike me, maybe you should pay your mother, brother, cousin, sister, family member, friend, whatever, a case of beer, a bottle of Bailey's, or something to make do for using their account for a little time as you see fit. So let's get this thing underway, shall we? We've got the president's messages and stuff going right now as we get this one officially open, I guess. There's been one game at both locations for a total of 2 games to start the tournament so far. But this is the actual, I guess, because of the host country getting underway, this would be the opening ceremonies of the tournament. So we'll see what that brings us. I really just think it's a lot of talking heads saying a lot of things on camera that really don't matter to you, me, or anyone else. So keep that in mind. I might be completely wrong on that, but that's all right. I will go down wrong more times than I've gone down right, and that's all right. So let's get this underway. 2022 World Junior Championships, Canada versus Czechia, live from Edmonton, Alberta at Rogers Place. Well, are we going to have one more commercial break, or are we actually going to get this hockey game underway as everybody skates around the ice? Team Canada rocking those white uniforms to start the tournament, and there is the starting goaltenders. But first we'll have the referees. I've already gone over that. Riku Brander, Nick Briganti, and Mark Ewert and Roman Slavkovsky for the refs. Not a single Canadian ref, not a single Czech ref there. And now Dylan Garan gets the start. Of course, he made his World Junior Championship debut tonight, so that's good news for him. He gets his chance to steal the spotlight for the first time ever. And Jacob Malek gets his first start of the tournament, drafted 100th overall by, I think, New Jersey. Dave Cameron back behind the bench for Team Canada. It's been 11 years since that one in Buffalo they were talking about in the pregame, pre-tournament stuff. And Karl Mielnik is the head coach for Czechia. Ladies and gentlemen, you ready to get this underway? Let's do it, shall we? Let's get this puck down and hockey game started as we are ready to go. Starting at center, Team Canada versus Team Czechia. And Jake Neighbors on the ice for Team Canada. Of course, Pride of Airdrie, Alberta, just down the road for me. As we get this thing going, maybe not. Ref just doesn't want to drop the puck, and there's a little bit of battling for ground going with Jan Mishak here. And that will be as tied up as a face-off as you're going to have to start the game. Looked like a face-off to start the last minute of the third period in the offensive zone, trying to score an empty net goal. But now Czechia, the Czechs, that's what I'm just going to have to roll with, pardon me, get it into Team Canada's zone. And now Canada out with ease, and they're going to move it ahead and move forward as hopefully I know a few more names on Team Canada than I did on Germany or Finland earlier today, but the Czechs will ice it to start this game 33 seconds in. And my friends, that's our first whistle in the action. Dave Cameron back on the bench, like I said, for the first time in 11 years. He's had some time around and, well, back behind the Canadian bench. So we'll see what he brings to this Team Canada squad this year. But we look forward to this Team Canada squad, first off, showing what they can do tonight, and then, of course, going through the rest of the tournament and taking care of business. This one pushed back to the point by Canada. Turned back there by the Czechs, and now a little bit of scrum. There's a loose stick. Somebody's picking up their stick. This one's jammed back down and around the boards, and that's going to be met there. Backhanded off the boards and kept in for a few seconds before it's busted out of the zone. And Canada regroups at center, back in on the attack. That one gets off the stick too fast, and the Czechs will turn around and get up the ice in a hurry. They're going to move through, and of course this should look more like a hockey game, I think, more than Finland, Germany did. I think both those teams were a little too scared to play some offense. I don't think Canada will be too scared to play offense, which means we'll have a little bit more wide open action going on tonight as Canada's getting chased around behind Garon in their own zone. They're going to fire it up around the boards, and this is going to allow them to outlet. Maybe, no, it's just going to be a carry and a line change, and away a dump into the offensive zone. And Czechia will come up with that puck and play it up forward, and Canada back with it, D to D in the neutral zone. They're going to fire it in, and they've been content so far in the first 2 minutes just to keep rimming that puck around the end boards and hopefully come up with it. Somehow they do in their own zone on that one. Weird little play there as Czechia had a chance to move it forward and really just didn't give a dang to push it forward too hard. And with 18 minutes to go in this first period, neither team has had a shot on net, and neither team has looked particularly sharp, as both teams just playing that feeling out process that I was talking about. And now Team Canada trying to get in on the attack, really sustain their first zone time of the game, but Czechia doing their best to turn it back, and they're going to fire it out into neutral ice territory, and that's going to be a massive hit there by the defenseman for Team Canada, coming across in the middle, just throwing the shoulder and knocking the man down to the ice. And now Canada in on the attack. There we go. There's the first chance on net, and no good, no dice there. And now Canada looking to start it up at the point. Man undresses the Czech defender, and now across, back tap. Oof. That one doesn't go anywhere, and it is stonewalled. And now the Czechs will start back the other way. Team Canada with the best chance of the game so far through the first 3 minutes, but still no score, still no real shots on net. And Canada regroups, and they'll break out of their own zone. It's noticeably faster all of a sudden. Jake Neighbors, the shot, he gets in there, but gets turned away. And that, there you go, is your first shot on goal from the Pride of Airdrie, Alberta, getting it going. This one up the boards, now across, and going to be just kind of dumped in by the Czechs. Held at the line for a brief moment by the Canadians, and now back the other way we go. Silver medal, yeah, that was us last year, us Canadians getting that job done, but now it's a matter of 16:34 to go in this first period, and just trying to actually do something as that one's played down by Garon after a gloved in, shoot in. And now back up the other way it goes. Canada drops it in, and see what happens here is this one's going to be chased around. Canada's been, again, I don't get it, man. Like, we've got the talent to carry this puck in, and so far so good on carrying in the dumps. Here's a chance for Canada. Oh my good, stick handle all day, but can't get a shot off. I'll have to figure out who number 23 is for Team Canada. He's still a stick handling through. How's that shot there? And he scores! Oh my goodness. All right, game on. Game on. What a goal. I was like, where's this going? This ain't making too much sense here, but that one ends up going all the way to the back of the net. And what a beautiful play all it suddenly turns into. Wow, okay. Game on. Sure. And is that Kent Johnson is 23, I think, for Canada? I'm not 100% sure, but wow. Just, oh, that's Mason McTavish. Never mind. Pardon me, Mason McTavish. Stick handling through everybody and just firing it through the goaltender. What a goal right there. That was a beauty for sure. All right. Mason McTavish gets on the board early. And yeah, he's really not sure how that one worked out, but when you walk around the offensive zone for about 20 seconds with the puck on your stick all by itself, can't complain, right? There we go. Shane Wright will take the face-off. 4 minutes gone in the first period between Canada and the Czechs. And now Canada's got the puck behind their own net. They're going to move it out in the neutral zone. This one's going to get knocked down there by the Czechs and turned back into Canada territory. Mason McTavish with his first of the tournament, and first of many, I'm sure, unassisted. That's been a kind of trait of this tournament so far in the first 2 games I've watched. There were 2 goals between Germany and Finland that were unassisted, and now the first one between Canada and the Czechs is unassisted as well. Clapper comes in from the point. Save there by the goaltender for the Czech Republic. That's good. And now all of a sudden Bourgault's out there. Looking forward to seeing what he can do. He's going to pass it to the front on that top line with Shane Wright. He doesn't get it going, and now turned back. The Czechs get it out of the zone, kept in briefly. Hold on, that puck still might be in, but then it's out, and Zellweger will keep it at center ice. He's going to move it down to the blue line, and that allows Canada in on the attack. Backhander across, looking for the tip play, and instead a Canadian player scores himself into the net, and back the other way come the Czechs looking to move this puck. All of a sudden across, and now, okay, all right, Canada opening this one up, not afraid to push the puck forward this game. This is much different than what I was watching against Germany and Finland earlier today. Canada all over the Czechs. I mean, it looked like Finland was at 1.2 over Germany, but now back the other way. Shot saved by Garan, and the Czech player, I don't know if he was looking for the rebound or looking to see where his teammate was, but he takes out the post, and that will bring a pause in the action early on in this one. My goodness. All right, good start to this hockey game so far, that's for sure. I'm looking forward to seeing what the rest of this Team Canada team can bring, because we know Mason McTavish is a heck of a hockey player, but we'd like to see some more offense other than just from him. Obviously, if he wants to rack up 4 points, I ain't going to stop him, but we'll see what can happen here. They're still gloating about that goal. 4-2 the shots for Team Canada. Just over 5.5 minutes into this game. Mason McTavish, of course, was drafted 3rd overall by the Anaheim Ducks in the previous draft. And now Garand out to play it. He'll get it down, and now this one played across. What do we got? Down the ice it goes, and that, my friends, will not be icing, as Czechia will play it across D to D off the end boards, and Team Canada right there, no problem about it, coming crashing in for the puck. And my goodness, this forecheck, yeah, Canada's going to cause havoc all night against the Czechs, that's for sure. They are just throwing the body, knocking them down, but that leads to a rush at one end, and yeah, Garan with the big save to keep it 1-0 for Team Canada in the first 6.5 minutes of play. You like to see that. That was for sure that goal from Mason McTavish to start things off. Ladies and gentlemen, just want to say thank you so much for tuning into the live stream so far. 1,540 or 91 views on the stream. That's a little nuts if you ask me. But what I want to say as well, if you are still, if you're still asking what, if you're asking what it looks like for this hockey game, what was I going? Lost my train of thought. Sorry, messages coming in and stuff, phone dinging and computer dinging. If you're still wondering how to watch tonight's hockey game, I guess that's what I'm trying to answer. Is again, I'm going to leave a little step-by-step guide in the chat for you to do that, because I want you guys to be able to watch tonight's hockey game. Find a friend in Canada who has a cable TV package. Get their login info and go to tsn.ca to watch. All right. Let's get it going. And what do we got? Perfect. And what do we got for this poll? How's that doing? 84% for Team Canada. I like that. All right, we're back to action here. 13:40 to go in this first period. This one's going to be played ahead by Team Canada and moved forward. Now all of a sudden, there comes the Czechs back. And like I said, Team Canada is going to play this a wide open style. They don't have to fear losing this one as long as they keep pouring in the goals. So they're playing pretty hard and fast and playing a little loose as well to start the tournament, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Let the horses run and see what they can do for you, as we want to see as much goal scoring, as much light the lamp action as we possibly can out of Team Canada tonight. Get those plus-minus differentials up that are always so important at IIHF tournaments. So, back the other way. Oh my goodness, Canada forgot the puck at the Czech blue line, and back come the Czechs the other way. They're going to wire a shot, and thankfully as well, Garan on the 3 stops he's had to make tonight has been very good, so that's a big positive for us. And now all of a sudden you've got the Czechs creating a little bit of havoc. And yeah, Canada can't seem to get anywhere across half in this past little bit, as now they're going to carry it forward, and this one's going to bobble off a Czech stick there, poked ahead by Bourgault, who, like I said, I'm looking really forward to seeing play all tournament long, and I've got a vested interest in that one, in case you didn't know, not necessarily because of that, but also because of some other stuff. So here we go. Pass across, pass back across, and oh my goodness. No goal. No goal on that. Dylan Garan makes the save on, I think, the most ridiculous sequence we've had in this game in terms of a great scoring chance. And my goodness, that is no goal. Wow, all right. The Czechs get robbed, and now Canada back the other way. Shot saved there from the Czech goaltender. Now Canada pushing, pressuring, looking to score this goal. Wide open. Oh my goodness. Now we've missed 2 good grand chances there as well, and 11:48 to go. This first period getting wide open. I was expecting wide open action, but now once you start getting it, she gets a little hairy, and yeah, it's gotten hairy for Team Canada so far in this opening 9 minutes of play. So, and now they're just going to let the clock run on tsn.ca. Uh-oh, so no, that's actually in. They've stopped the play, and I think that goal actually went in. What a cross-crease play. And, oh, wow. Wow. Okay, yep, that hit. That's in. Oof. That's a tough break if you're Team Canada, playing loose and fast, and those guys just allow that 2-on-1, and in the back of the net it goes. Yeah, that is the way she breaks sometimes, and Dylan Garan does get beat. It looked like he was beat, and he reacted like he was beat, but then all of a sudden play just continued on, and there were no real questions raised, and somehow, some way, now we've got ourselves a 1-1 game between the Czechs and Team Canada, which is not an ideal situation if you're Team Canada, and I don't know why they're reviewing this. This is a good goal. The replay shows it. All you have to do is hit yes and call it a good goal and move on at this point. There's not much left to debate at all. If you're Team Czechia or Team Canada, you know this is in. All right. All right, come on. Let's get this going. Watch this. Bang. Play goes up. Yep. Typical 2-on-1 in the WJC. And that, my friends, is a goal. Garan doesn't know where that puck went, but I'm pretty sure he knew he was beat on that one. You have to look at the way he reacted. Nice skate to stick handle there by Gut to get that puck going back of the net. But still, what a shot. Just beats Garan, who was sprawling either which way. That one ends up back in the net, and he's saying, yeah, that was in, that was in, that was in. You gotta tell me that was in. And now we're going to add on time and get the clock going. So 12:18. You thought we were going to get out of here early tonight. This is like going to a Junior B game where there's a couple of fights that break out at once. So that's a good goal for Team Czech Republic, or Czechia, pardon me. We'll get this going. And of course, unfortunately for Canada, that's a 1-1 hockey game, and they rewind back the game a little bit to 12:18 when that puck crossed the goal line. So that's unfortunate if you're Canada, but that's the way the IIHF and everybody nowadays seems to be doing hockey. So that's back in the net, and obviously fairly so. I'm not sitting here saying that we should not allow Team Czech Republic to get the goal because Canada, the officials couldn't figure out how to call a good goal or a bad goal. But either way, we aren't going to worry too much about it, and we're going to get back to action here with 12:15 to go in this first period. Canada's going to move this puck ahead, and of course, it doesn't look like they're very interested in playing defense still. They're moving fast, and they're skating hard trying to get this to a 2-1 lead now. And I mean, this could be a danger game if you allow Czechs to stick around and hang with you a lot longer than they need to, as Canada's going to come out and they're going to play it across. And there's a shot, and where'd that one go? Up and out of play. That was a great opportunity. There was a lot of daylight there, but that one stopped, and Canada gets just another shot on net. Look at this one. What a pass there. And look at this, coming back across, and Cormier gets a chance but can't score the goal. Marek. Okay, so they're saying Marek. All right, that's what I'll go with. They're saying Marek, I'll go with Marek. As Mikhail Gut gets the goal for the Czechs, his first of the tournament, obviously. And Brabenek and Krulic get the assists for the Czech Republic as well. And I'm going to keep messing that one up. My goodness, I apologize. As now back the other way, Canada comes. At the blue line, Canadian player gets absolutely turfed. And now back the other way comes the Czechs. Once again, they're going to break in on the attack wearing those fancy red and white topped unis. Looking like a thing out of Christmas dreams, eh? And now, I mean, Team Canada has just been physical all game long so far, and I'm liking that. That's nice to see them playing big boy hockey. You don't come to Canada and expect to just be skidded around. You're going to get hit. And that's what I'm really liking out of this Team Canada squad so far, is they're throwing the body and making Czechia pay for being on the ice tonight against them, trying to oppose them and win a hockey game. Although so far the defense for Team Canada hasn't been the most solid. I mean, obviously illustrated by that 2-on-1 goal, but so far we'd like to just see more offense. Realistically, don't worry about defense. It's my message of this hockey game. Just more offense, pour it on, score some goals, get the job done, and let's win a hockey game tonight, shall we? As 1-1, 6-4 the shots on goal for Team Canada. They really haven't poured on the shots either. Allowed 6 goals in 7 games at the 2021 World Junior Championship. Shot saved there, tipped over top of the net potentially. Now back to the point. Now Team Canada is getting the puck going in the offensive zone, and they're moving it around. They're whipping it good. They're just trying to create some havoc for the Czechs in their own zone, and so far, so good, that is for sure. This puck fired down into the slot area, and that's going to be another turnover by the Czechs in their own zone. Canada is just out-skating a very tired 5-man unit of Czech players. And now this one busts in. McTavish shot, saved there. Sharp angle shot, blocked in front. And this is getting ridiculous now, how much Canada is out-skating the Czechs in their own zone. Finally, the Czechs get it out, lift it down the ice, and they will go for a much needed line change. My goodness, that was a heck of a shift from Canada, but unfortunately in the games like this, we're used to them cashing that goal really early into something like that, and they did not cash at all. So Marek getting some good saves, and of course Canada not putting the quality of shots they'd like on that shift into the shot area of the net, but that's all right. We'll carry on. 9:15 to go in this first period, and it looks like the puck was gloved ahead, so we whistle down and we'll check ourselves for a little bit here and get things going into the next little bit. As my goodness, my friends, we are going to shatter the earlier record today of 2,425 views. We're going to get up to probably about 2,600 this hour, which is just a little insane if you ask me, but I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in this evening. It really means the world to me to have you guys along for my first, hopefully, full game stream in almost a year, 10 months, quite honestly, since I last did my full game stream. So it's great to be sitting here doing this in front of you and getting this going for you tonight, that is for sure. So what do we need to know so far out of tonight's game? It is the goal from Gut and the goal from McTavish so far for both sides to get things going for us on a 1-1 game. That's good to hear, buddy. That's good to hear. All right, let's get this going. Anything else we can find on Twitter? Matvey Michkov scored the 2 goals for Russia. They lose 6-3 to Sweden. And yeah, so Mason McTavish looking good so far, absolutely. And well, we are going to see what happens with this squad. So Captain Canadian, World Junior captains drafted by Montreal, Kyle Chipchura way back in the day. Wow. That's a name. Kyle Chipchura, you have not seen. I wonder what he's up to nowadays. Is he still playing hockey, or is he retired? I know he was playing with, of course, Arizona back in the day, but I wonder what he's up to nowadays. Is this puck won back by Team Canada? 1-1. The goals for both sides. 6-4 of the shots still remain for Team Canada in this one. Bourgault and the top line are out there looking to get the offense going. Perfetti and, of course, Shane Wright, the projected #1 pick this year. And that, my friends, is going to be a very awkward penalty call against Xavier Bourgault, who will go to the box for 2 minutes, and that will allow the Czechs their first power play of the game, and that is not a real good sign if your Team Canada now all of a sudden give up the tying goal and now trip a man and cause yourself to go down a man for 2 minutes or less. And that's a real weak, kind of just grabbed onto the back and hit the legs with the stick pretty much. All right. Bourgault off for tripping, but Canada's going to come up with the face-off win, and they're just going to fire it down right onto a Czech stick in the defensive zone. And now the Czechs back into the neutral, looking to set up the power play. I wonder if their power play will look any more professional than Germany's did. Germany's was really scatterbrained there early on in the game, and now you got to hope that Canada can just scave it off, make it look like it's really nothing, and then get the job done and get maybe onto the power play themselves. You know how these things go when things get going in the World Juniors, that's for sure. All right, anyway, back to it. 8:34 to go. Jan Mysak out there for the Czechs. 1:39 to go on the power play for them. They've killed off 21 seconds of Canada, and oof, yep. They killed off 23 seconds before a puck went to the back of the net on a beautiful one-timer there. And it is 2-1 Team Czechia to start this hockey game. 8:28 to go. Wow, that was a rocket. Look at this one. Played back to the point, played across, and just snaps it right off the post and in. Garon can't believe that he got beat on that puck, that is for sure. You see how he's just late getting there, and it's back of the net. Look at that. Oh, actually it goes post off of Garon. Never mind, it's not post and in, it's post, Garon, and in. And that is a big time goal for Team Czechia to get out to a 2-1 lead. They're still trailing in shots, but my goodness, you got to believe they are really looking forward to this being a big game if they can get things going. So, wow. All right, game on, I guess. That's for sure. See what we can do. As 8:19 to go in the first period. Ooh, Czechs getting another opportunity there, but Canada turns it aside with a good little poke check in the slot, and now they will turn it right over. Oh my goodness, Canada being sloppy at best right now. They're not looking good in their own zone to start this hockey game. As now, that's going to be played ahead by Bork, who's going to leave it there for McTavish to chase. He gets in on the forecheck, forces it back to the point. Pavel Novak gets the goal for the Czechs on the power play. It's going to be assisted by Juracek and Kolacek. And now the Czechs back across. Dipsy Doodle in on goal. And oh my goodness, this is going bad to worse in a hurry. Garand, what are you doing, buddy? Wow. 3-1 for the Czech Republic. Wow. Things you didn't see coming today? That. Literally that. This is getting to be a mess right out of the first period. Wow. Team Canada, I expected them not to play too much defense tonight, but just gets absolutely turned inside out and back of the net. Zvozil goes. Look at that. Dipsy Doodle through his legs around the defender, and Zellweger gets absolutely turned inside out. Top cheddar, and Garan gets beat, and it is 3-1 for the Czechs in this one. Wow. And now Dave Cameron gets to call his timeout. Yeah, I'd say you got to call the timeout. Like, tell the boys, sorry, I was wrong. We need to play defense. Sorry. That's on me if I'm the coach, right? The game plan was not to play defense, but I think my friends, we got to play some defense here if we want to win tonight's hockey game. So Dave Cameron's just going over with it, telling everybody what's up, preaching the tone of, hey, let's get back to the basics. Let's just take it simple and do what makes us do best, right? Play good hockey, strong, defensive, fast, physical, and the goals will come. Obviously, like, there's no question that the Canadians can't score goals against the Czechs, but it's just a matter of poor defending has led to one too many goals, and of course an unlucky bounce on that post Garon and in kind of goal. But now Canada has to jump back out and try and attack, well down 2, but also maintaining strong defensive play and try and win a hockey game now, trailing 2 in the first period. As Bourgault gets it going, there's a chance on net. Puck's loose in the crease. Perfetti jamming away. The wreck getting all kinds of wrecked up, and that is a goal. Okay, all right. Game on, I guess. I don't know, my friends. I couldn't tell you. Owen Power fires it from the point. I don't even know what's going on at this point. It's just getting ridiculous. Malek gets it going, but Owen Power, that's got to be goalie interference, no? I don't know how that's a good goal as this one comes to the net. Bourgault goes jamming in there. I guess the Czech guy cross-checks Perfetti into the net, and then all of a sudden Power fires the puck and scores. Yeah, Marek, and then Power just wisely looks, and oh, look at that. That is a seeing eye shot from a #1 overall defenseman in Owen Power. What a beautiful shot there to flick it off the arm of the goaltender sitting on the line, Malek, and get the goal. You like to see it, right? We knew Owen Power was somebody to watch this tournament. How about that? He gets the goal. And now Canada is down only 3-2 unless the Czechs want to challenge this one, but I don't think they're going to. 7:14 to go, and Team Canada's got some strong contingents in the stands at Rogers Place tonight. And now all of a sudden one back there. And now Team Canada looking to get this going once again, right? Dave Cameron wanted a response. Dave Cameron got a response, so did Team Canada. Fantastic there. And now all of a sudden you got to see what Owen Power has in store for the rest of this game as he's on the board. That will be an assist to nobody because, again, another unassisted marker. That's 2 goals for Canada that have been unassisted and nobody's getting points to start. That's interesting as well, but that's all right. Canada's going to jump out and hopefully try and get this 3-3 before the end of the period. As now up the ice, flicked in they go, and the Czechs will flip it off the glass from the goaltender Malek, and that's going to allow Canada to play this one out. But no, instead it's the Czechs back the other way, 2-on-2, stopping up to create more space. And now a wide open man streaks in. He's going to fire this shot. Oof, looking for a backdoor tippity tap and can't get it. Fired onto a stick, and now back the other way goes Canada, looking to even this one up. Bourgault, after taking the penalty that cost a goal, he plays it into the slot. I don't know, man. If you're going to be a player for Edmonton, you better start shooting that puck, Bourgault. That's all I got to say there. I don't want to see him passing up too many chances. But either way, 5:53 to go in this first period as the Czechs get in. That one body check there. And now the Czechs will fire it into the neutral, and they've got a chance to come up a couple men into the zone. Fired on Garon, the save. And their 7th shot of the game is turned away by Garon, and that, my friends, means we've got ourselves a 3-2 game headed in to a commercial break, and we've got 2,320 views on the stream, which means we're not too far behind the best hour of the day at 24:25 earlier today. So, do we got anything else going on? The sharpest of angles for Owen Power, but still a seeing eye shot that he got going. It's been a wild first period. It absolutely has. All right. Let's see what else we got going. Yeah. I really don't think there's too much else we need to know. 12 minutes into the 2021 tournament, or 2022 tournament. Yes, they do. Oh well, for Team Canada, you know what? It's a lesson you'd rather learn now than learn in the gold medal games. So good on them to get down and try and turn things around as soon as possible. Would be good to watch them try and score a couple of goals here to finish off this first period. But that was a heck of an effort there to just keep that puck alive and keep the puck moving. And you can see Cole Perfetti did not expect that to go in after getting absolutely bodied up into Malek. And then all of a sudden, back of the net. So now we've got Perfetti on the bench, not wearing a helmet. They're going to give him his helmet back now, obviously getting some tune-up done. And it's going to allow McTavish to win that face-off, and now that puck goes up and out of play into the very empty stands at Rogers Place, but that's all right as well. We'll take a reset on that play instead of turning over that puck like we possibly could have right there. So let's get things going, shall we? We got 5:31 to go to finish off this period. Let's just get it done and let Dylan Garon get to the dressing room and decide if he's coming back out for that next period. Obviously not on him. Team Canada just not playing defense to open up this first period. But like I said, I expected that. So the Czechs probably expected that too and took advantage of it. And now it's a 5-goal first period in the first 15 minutes of the period. What are we pacing? About every 3 minutes we've got a goal of this one. Not bad so far. And if Canada can get 1 or 2 more, we could be pacing a lot better indeed. So now we've got this one flipped back to the blue line. Czechs are going to get out of their own zone. Canada picks it up off the stick back D to D. And now they're going to try and bust into the zone. That one's going to be bobbled in. Now that one's going to be a high little kind of spin out hit trying to take the man off the puck, and the man just dodged out of the way. And Canada will regroup in their own zone, fire it into the Czech zone briefly. Can't hold it there, and now back the other way. The Czechs are trying to bring it, and they will. They've got a step, and look at that massive hit there by Caden Gooley to absolutely wipe out the man. But that still allows the Czechs to have possession until Canada comes up with it and chips it ahead. And now all of a sudden chasing into their own zone. 3 Czechs on one side, and again some monster hit there by Team Canada. They are absolutely throwing the body more than I think I've seen them do in 3 or 4 years at least at this tournament, and that's been a positive first period. You know what, if you're going to trail the game, punish the Czechs and make them tired so they can't come out in the second period that rested. And so far it seems to be working. I mean, they were throwing hits before they were trailing, quite honestly, when they were up 1-0, but now you find yourself down 3-1 in the last 4 goals scored, and it's a 3-2 hockey game. You have no reason not to be physical, play hard, and skate fast, and just back to the basics, like I think Dave Cameron was saying on the bench when they called the timeout a couple of minutes ago when the Czechs made it 3-1. So now back out of their own zone, Team Canada coming up the ice. They're going to fire it in. That's going to allow the Czechs to play it from Malek to the defenseman. And Canada, Jake Neighbors trying to figure out what they're doing back there. He's a big kid, standing up over top of the goaltender. Trying to turn him back around. Apologies, it's been a long day. Don't get me wrong there. And now all of a sudden, bang, nothing happening. Czechs out of their own zone. And now this one onside, chipped ahead, saved there by the Canadian defenseman to just kind of play it into the bench off his body. And now we find ourselves getting set as this period could be coming to a wrap pretty quick. What do we got going here? We've got a new record for today's views in an hour, 24:57. Thank goodness, guys. You absolutely rocked it. Avon, Avon, Avon. All right, here we go. Across the ice. Oh, Canada comes in ripping that one on his own entry. Can't get it to hit the net, though. 2:51 to go. And now Canada's going to see what they can do here. This one's going to be played back the other way. And, oh, my goodness. All right, keep it on side, boys. A little bit of a scramble at the Czech blue line. But Canada comes up and now ready to set up an attack because of it. As this one comes in into the blue paint. And Malek turns it aside. Canada back to the blue line. 2:31 to go in this first period. Canada getting back to those ways of being all over the Czechs as they were early in the game when they made it 1-0. Now this one's going to go around the boards, played right out in front, but man, fanned on the pass, and that is going to allow the Czechs to clear for an icing. And that allows Canada to keep the pressure up for the time being. That is for sure. We'll see what they can bring in this next few minutes of action before we go off to the intermission to wrap this one up. All right, so Connor Bedard. Young kid, that's for sure. Projected 2023 first overall pick. Well, battling there with Michkov for sure, but of course his contract with the KHL could be of concern for his NHL future. But tonight he's the star of the game, that's for sure. North Vancouver, BC, plays for the Regina Pats 2023 draft. So he's a young kid still out there, age 16 at these World Juniors. Kind of one of what I think 7 people to ever do that. So that's huge for them and huge for him for sure. So now Canada's setting up the attack. They're deacon and dodging. And Bourque gets a beautiful tip on Malek, but he stands tall on the goal line, keeps it out 9-7. The shots for Canada, not like they've absolutely poured on the shots, but look at this movement by Caden Gooley at the blue line and then just walks in, looks for the tip, and what a tip it was from Bourque to try and put it past Malek, and unfortunately he couldn't get past him. So now you see what's going to happen here. Another face-off in the Czech zone with 1:56 to go. Wise play there not to force it by the Canadians, try and keep it alive, and now all of a sudden a little bit of a dangerous play. Gooley's going to see it play off his glove. And that's going to go to the boards where it's going to allow the Czechs to maybe set up an attack here if they can control the puck for more than a few seconds. The puck has been, as per usual, bouncing around quite a bit at Rogers Place, especially in the earlier game tonight. So keep that in mind, is the fact that that puck might not take a friendly hop when you need it to. And that one, again, just gets buried. And that's no call. And there's no call on cross-checking there, no call on holding. I really don't know what's going on against Bourque there in the corner. But he's going to stand through it and allow the man to just kind of work him over until it's turned over to the Czechs. 1:08 to go in the first period now. 3-2 the score between these two squads in favor of the Czechs. Back the other way, fired in now. Minute to go in this first period for Team Canada. 50 seconds to go. And now look at that. Connor Bedard comes up with the puck, plays it ahead beautifully. That's going to allow Canada to come in, but Malek all the way out to play it. And now a 2-on-1 for the Czechs. Oh, they bobble it off a skate. And she's opening up here with 35 seconds to go. 13th forward, Connor Bedard out there. Man open, shot on net, scores! Oh yeah, baby. Let's go. She's a 3-3 game before the final buzzer. What a shot there. A perfect pass, I think, by Cole Perfetti to get that goal in there. Wow, 29.6 seconds to go. And Sabrango gets the goal for Team Canada. Look at this. Great defense chance, right? Sabrango gets to get it going back the other way after the puck bobbles off the skate. And then it's Connor Bedard to Cole Perfetti, who fires it across. And just a ripper of a shot with Malek at the top of the blue paint. And that, my friends, results in a 3-3 goal. And what a period from Team Canada and the Czechs. Wow. All right, game on. That's all I got to say at this point. Game on. That was a heck of a first period, and we ain't done yet. 29 seconds to go. We could easily get going somewhere with a 4-3 game from either of these two teams. 6 goals in the first period. I hope you took the over on the betting apps, because my goodness, you'd be hitting it hard tonight. As now Canada another chance on net. With 14 seconds to go, that one bobbles through. And now they've got it at the blue line. They're going to play it down. And these 8 seconds are pretty much going to wash away. 5, 4, 3, 2 along the boards. 1 shot to the slot. That's it. 3-3 after 1 period of hockey between these two squads. And a heck of a period of hockey between these two squads. That is for sure, my friends. Let's go to the chat and see where we're feeling, right? Czechia's got 12% of the vote now. All of a sudden, Canada's down to 81%. That's pretty unreal. So now let's go review how accurate some of the things I said about Dylan Garand were. We'll throw that video in the chat for you right now to see if you want to check out some new information on Dylan Garand. Sorry, pardon me. Just had to scratch my ankle there. All right. Dylan Garon video. There you go. All right. Good to go. And what else do we got? How's Borgo doing so far? Borgo's been solid. I think other than that penalty, he's fit in. I mean, that penalty kind of cost him. I guess, to try and not lie, that penalty cost him the good credit in the first period. All right. And Mr. T, when you're saying for sure about that, I'm just glad I'm not saying perfect, quite honestly. And now we'll probably be saying perfect the rest of the game. So we'll go with that. Anyway, let's get to this game center and let's break down the goal scoring here. As Donovan Sabrango, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I'm sure somebody could tell me, but that's okay. Assisted by Perfetti, and of course Connor Bedard gets the secondary assist. So the first goal, there's assists on the play for Team Canada at the World Juniors this year. Connor Bedard gets one. That's massive. That's good to see. And then of course you've got Pavel Novak, Stanislav Zvovel, I don't know how to say that, and Mikhail Gut getting the goals for the Czechs, and of course Mason McTavish as well. The only penalty of the period so far in this hockey game as well, Xavier Borgo getting the call for tripping. One of those weird, you hate to see it calls, but ended up just being what it was, and there's not much you're going to do about it, that's for sure. But my friends, what I'd like to say is realistically, in the span of one day live streaming World Juniors content, I've more than doubled my entire views for the month. So again, thank you for tuning in this afternoon and this evening. Really appreciate you guys being along with me for this one. And I feel bad for anyone that tuned into the old live stream from last year, the World Juniors 2021 live stream, because somehow, some way, that one's got 10 views in the past 48 hours as well. Anyway, I'm going to check the stats on that one. That was a 3.5 hour stream, and I only ended up with 1,200 views on that one. Okay? That's a little crazy considering already we're sitting at what? Just over 2,821 on this one. Guys, the fan base is definitely there for this World Juniors. Anyway, I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. I'll be right back. I'm going to mute my mic, and then I'll get you a little play. This is Dolany TV. You may be wondering why I'm standing out here in nothing but a tank top in about minus 15 degrees Celsius weather. Well, let me put it to you this way. Why do people cheer for the Calgary Flames? Exactly. Some things just don't make sense. This is Dolany TV. If you're ever wondering why the green screen behind me for the Dolany TV logo word art back on the set on Dolany TV videos is always messed up, well, consider this. In the same room, I can literally shadow box myself. Come on. You gotta be kidding me. If that doesn't give you a reason why, everything would be messed up sometimes. This is Dolany TV. For those of you that don't know, this is the whole room that the whole set is in, right? The green screen, the jerseys, the stand-up bookcase, the pucks, the pictures, everything's in a certain situation on the other wall. However, there's stuff like this hanging up on the other walls. Yes, you've already seen a blank wall. I got to figure that one out. There's stuff like this, and then suddenly there's stuff like this on the floor that you may remember from the old set. Got to figure something out. You want to help me figure that out? Let's figure that out. This is Dolany TV. You thought these things were over, but don't you worry. There's this one still. What's the point of this one? I'm not entirely sure. Other than I probably need to still fill up my glass of water before I come on down to resume the stream. So as I sit here and natter on about absolutely nothing, oh wait, there I am, I better go now. All right, let's get this going, shall we? back to it. First intermission well underway now. See what else we're missing. So far, so good. All right, let's get this going. Dylan Ground video. What is the vote so far? 176 votes on that poll. 80% for Team Canada, 12% for Czechia, and of course 8% for hockey fans. I think obviously we're all winning tonight, being able to watch the World Juniors live from Rogers Place once again this year. I'm really excited to hopefully maybe have somebody find me some tickets for that, but we'll see what happens. And what else do we got going on here? We got Team Canada with Jeff O'Neill, James Duthie, and Bob McKenzie breaking things down. A good period, a fast period, a hard period. 3 goals for each side. Really didn't expect that, but that is definitely what happened, unfortunately, and that's kind of crazy to me, considering, well, you didn't expect to see Team Canada fall down 3-1 and then all of a sudden just come roaring back and tie it 3-3 before the end of the period. And you just, Mason McTavish, that goal still, I had no clue where that was going. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. What are you doing here, McTavish? And then all of a sudden he goes back in the net like he did. That's a huge goal to open up the scoring, and it worked out for us. And now Team Canada is just trying to ride the coattails of the offense that got them back into the game to try and get back into a situation where they can win tonight's hockey game for sure. So what else do we got going on that I can potentially point you guys to? I'd like to thank everybody that's hit that subscribe button today because, well, that was very unexpected, but we're currently sitting at 8,512 subscribers here on Dolany TV, and within the next 111 views, coming up on 10,000 views in the last 48 hours. Guys, like I said, I know I keep mentioning the numbers, but I walked away from live streaming stuff, from talking hockey in February. That's the last time I did it consistently, and all of a sudden, first day back doing game streams, here I am sitting at 10,000 views before it's even 6 o'clock in the evening. All right, that's pretty ridiculous if you ask me, for a guy that walked away. But I appreciate the support, and I appreciate you guys being along for the ride tonight, and of course being along for the ride the past whatever 3-4 years that it's been. So to that I say 3-3 between Czech Republic, Czechia, right, you get where I'm going, and Canada. And do we have anything else we could possibly talk about here? I'm sure there is. It was a 6-3 final for Sweden over Russia, 3-1 final for Finland over Germany. So Group A, off and running, is Finland with the 3 points. Group B, off and running, is Sweden with the 3 points. And of course Canada and the Czechs are trying to decide who's going to get 3 points or 2 points or 1 point or whatever points out of tonight's matchup. So let's see what we can do. As that one, yeah, this has been a wild game between the Raptors and the Cleveland Cavaliers, that's for sure. It's been kind of a crazy one between them because I don't know if you saw the first quarter there, that play that led to a scoring chance, or a dunk actually, for the Raptors. It was a little ridiculous. But so the Kansas City Chiefs as well become the first team in AFC West history to win the division 6 times in a row. Patrick Mahomes, an absolute beast. And hello playoffs, that you, yeah, the 36-10 win over the Steelers. And let's see, Dominic, or is it Dominic? Or Donovan Silverbrango. He's getting a little bit of cheer from everybody back home, as everybody's got the hats and the Sprango shirts on. And of course scoring that big goal to make it 3-2 as well. So, or was it 3-3? Hold on, I don't know. All right, anything else we're missing? I don't think so. I think I've talked myself loopy at this point, but that's okay, we'll survive. Yeah, Avon. That's still the best name in the tournament, that's for sure. Every year there's always a best name in the tournament, and I think the Czech player has it this year. I'd like to know the story. I would actually like to hear the story from Ray Ferraro on that, but you think I'm paying attention. I got the furnace going, TV upstairs is going, my TV's going, I'm talking at the same time. Good night. Trying to keep track of everything that's going on in terms of noise around me, that's for sure. But guys, if you want to drop a like on the stream, I'd appreciate that as well. And other than that, I've kind of run out of things to talk about here at the intermission because there really isn't much else left to be said at this point. We clock the 6 o'clock hour, and we just about clocked a 3,000 view hour, 2,899 views in 1 hour. You want to talk about averages? I'm a guy who likes my sales averages, let me tell you that much, but 28.99 divided by 60, that's 48.5 views per minute on Dolany TV. Other than the World Juniors, I ain't ever gotten stuff like that before for that long, so keep that in mind. All right, goaltender hand sequences here. Perfetti, glove, blocker, glove, blocker, blocker, glove, blocker, glove. For Garand. Okay. All right. What else do we got? Is there anything else we need to know? Maybe we could check who scored those goals for Sweden tonight. Yeah, we could check that. As we know, Michkov got 2. What do we got going on? Lundgren? Daniel Lundgren for Sweden scored a goal. Theodor Niederbach, he scored a goal. Alexander Holtz scored a goal. Fyodor Svechkov scored a goal for Russia. Emil Andre, Simone Edvinsson, and of course Oscar Olofsson. All right, so some regular names for Sweden and Russia scoring those goals. Big goal there from Edvinsson as well. A shorthanded effort, I believe it was. Hey, look at this all. That was a weird one from Michkov to score that, and they ruled it a good goal. So that's right. Michkov has 2 in this tournament. So Bedard, a couple of points behind him right now, but he's looking to try and catch up. That'll be the battle all tournament. Everyone's going to be very, very interested to see what happens. For sure. All right. Anyway, what do we got? Lineups for the USA tonight. Ian Moore, Jake Sanderson, Matty Beniers. Sorry. I don't know why it's Beniers. Matthew Coronado, Brett Berard, Wyatt Kaiser, Brock Faber, Logan Cooley, Carter Majeur, Matthew Knies, Tyler Clevin, Luke Hughes, Mackie Solmoskevich. You've got Landon Slagert, Tanner Dixon, Jack Pert, Sasha Pazushov, Dominic James, Red Savage, and Chaz Lucius. All right, and then you've got not dressed goalkeeper Dylan Silverstein and Ty Smolanik and Scott Morrow with Drew Comiso and Caden Mabreko starting goalies. Wow, they got some complicated names on Team USA this year. Not the plain Jane names you're used to, that's for sure. Anyway, what else do we got going on here? We've got ourselves getting set for another crazy hour on Dolany TV, I guess, as we're currently heating up 30 and 32 views net back to back. And my friends, looks like you're getting back to it because the audience for this game is bumping back up, which means we must be getting close to things getting underway for this hockey game once again. So what else do we have to know? I don't think there's really much else to know when it comes to this hockey game so far. I've talked myself in circles, like I said, and I've had about enough of talking myself in circles, so I think that's where I'm going to leave it for right now and just take a second to make sure I'm not missing anything on my phone and see how everybody else is doing with their World Junior stuff. You've got Gravita there streaming, 288 people currently watching his stream, and of course, then you've got Hot Take Hockey flipping over to Canada, Czech Republic with 168. So that's 3 out there streaming it. I'm sure there's a couple others streaming it. I'm just glad to be killing some time on Boxing Day with you guys and enjoying a good old hockey game. That's all that matters to me, quite honestly. All right. See what's going on. Drop an Ivan in the replies if you're an Ivan with Ivan Avan. Right. Okay. That's that's still Bar Down's having a little bit of fun. All right. Anyway, we can go back to the chat for a quick second here, make sure we're not missing anything there. And doesn't look like we're really missing anything in the chat. That's good. That's been nice and not so active tonight. Easy to manage that way. Let's get things going, shall we? Benchmark tools, only available at Home Hardware. And you know, I'm still not 100% sure what Verbo does. I really still don't 100% understand. I know it's some kind of travel app or something, but I still don't get it. Anyway. What do we got? What do we got going? What do I got going? Let's see. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Let's take a picture of that and let's send that. All right. Are we about to get this game back underway? Come on, tell me this. Trapezoid area, Canada, goals. Czech Republic, goals. Czechia, goals. Come on, Tyson, not that complicated. Only one power play goal in that period. So here we go. And of course, Owen Power, Donovan Sobrano, and Cole Perfetti, Connor Bedard getting the assists on the Sobrano goal. That's a huge one. So it was Owen Power. That's the second goal. How could I forget that? My goodness, you'd almost pretend like I haven't done this in 10 months. It's been a while. My apologies. Well, we'll stick through and we'll get it done, that's for sure, as we're currently pacing 3,187 views on tonight's live stream, guys. That's mind-blowing. I've always been a guy that, like, what did I do to get all this? Was it a close game? So far, 3-3 after 1. A little bit crazy. And now you got Ray Ferraro talking it up, so we should be getting close to this hockey game getting back underway. And man, the furnace has been running all afternoon, let me tell you. It has been crazy because it's currently minus 28 out there with an extreme cold warning. And of course, the other side too is it's only worse up in northern Alberta. You want to imagine what it is where we're playing this hockey game tonight. It is minus 27 in Edmonton currently. That's a little ridiculous. Extreme cold warning as minus 40 could be expected for a wind chill between minus 55 and minus 40, pardon me, overnight in Edmonton. My goodness, that is chilly. Imagine trying to heat Rogers Place to keep it warm. That is an energy efficiency nightmare bill if you're the Oilers entertainment group, that is for sure. All right, anyway. Back down the ice we go. 19:55 to go in this second period as the game is back underway. We are fired up and ready to go. Team Canada getting things rolling, trying to score some goals and maybe get this one to be a 7-3, 8-3 final. That would be better than seeing a 3-3 deadlock with the Czechs after 2 periods of play. And now going right to left on your TV screen is Team Canada. Left to right is Czechs on your screen as well. 19:29 to go in the second period. 3-3 the goals, 10-7 the shots for Canada. So there was a lot of goal scoring on not too many shots if you're either goaltender. No save percentage is safe in this one so far. Canada, the Czechs kind of starting to throw some hits as well. Canada was running all over them all game in that first period. So now we look forward to Canada hopefully keeping that physicality up because that was definitely a key to success early and often in that first period. 1 minute gone. You like to see that. No whistles so far. Keep the clock bleeding. Let's get it going. The only whistles I want to hear are penalties and power plays. Or penalties and goals. What am I saying? Penalties and power plays are the same thing. Anyway, let's get this going. Canada, up the ice, into the zone. They're going to tip this one forward, and we've now burned 1:20 off the clock without seeing a whistle. As Maverick Bourque, he plays it around the boards. It's coming back to the point to Gooley, who will go down to Bourque. Bourque will carry it forward. He will tip it down again along the boards, and that's going to be met there by Canada. They're going to turn it around and move it forward. Now all of a sudden back to the point, fired across to Gooley, who's just sitting there calm, cool, and collected. That one goes wide of the net. Of course, Gooley's no stranger to playing at Rogers Place, now a member of the Edmonton Oil Kings. Great for him to be kind of a hometown hero at the World Juniors, if it would be. And of course, he is a local product as well. 17:59 to go. Won 5 straight games against the Czechs. The last loss for Canada was in 2013. That's a long time ago. Finally a whistle at 17:55 of this second period. So that's good. We got a whistle in, and now all of a sudden we can get things set up. Connor Bedard out there on the ice once again for Canada. I don't think he'll be scratched a single game of the tournament as long as he keeps producing good points and good metrics up there. And I wonder how long it'll be until he gets that top line spot officially in a lineup over Xavier Bourgault. So, Cole Perfetti lining up for the face-off. Bedard on the other side. And now back through the defense. Splitting it is Shane Wright. 17:52 to go. Canada, Austria on Tuesday at 5 o'clock. Definitely do not think I'll be able to bring you coverage of that one fully because I'll probably have to get to bed. But we'll stay tuned. Tuesday I'm still off. I forget that I'm off on Tuesday. That's why I was saying I wouldn't be able to bring you coverage. As the Czechs bring it into the offensive zone, they're going to see it come back to the point. Fire shot wide of the net, 17:28 to go. And man, okay, this is fast-paced, clock's ticking, I like it. And now Zellweger comes up with it. He's going to fire it off the backhand out into the neutral territory, and that's Cole Perfetti skating his hardest for it. That's not nicing. Czech player blows his tire. And oh boy, that was almost a dangerous chance for Canada as Power comes in skating hard for it. He's got it. He's going to play it across. Shot on by Bourgault, covered up, and that was a good little dangerous look there if you're Team Canada, as Bourgault does the right thing, fires the puck on net, and just can't beat the Tendy with 17:03 to go in the second period. Xavier Bourgault from Lillette, Quebec. Right? That's for him. And of course, draft pick of said team back there, right? Anyway, let's get this going, shall we? Bourgault back on the ice for another shift. They're going to reward him with that shot with another shift. 22 goals in 24 QMJHL games. He's driving it to the net. There's a chance. Backhand. Whew, good save by Malek. And now Canada all over the Czechs in their own zone in the past about a minute since that shot from Bourgault. They continue up the pressure. Now they get it out of the zone to the men in red, the Czechs. They'll go down the ice. Owen Power collects. He's going to skate around behind his net. Going to look up, head up. Man, that is a big kid. That is a big hulking defenseman in Owen Power. I did not know he's that big. Look at his legs. They go on for days. 16:25 to go in the second period. That kid, I don't think he has to even take a full stride to go full speed the way his legs work. Wow. All right. Scary. Scary for the NHL one day when he gets there. 16:13 to go. Gooley sees it go around behind the net. And now this one's going to be fired wide. Czech still with it at the blue line. Garand with another kick save. And now we're going to get it out of the zone right here. Yes, come on, Jake Neighbors. Come on, Neighbors. Chance number 2. Chance number 3. He's going to deflect it ahead. And Malek comes out and way overplays that puck. And it hops on by him. And now Canada's going to set up the attack because of it. Shot on. Neighbors looking for the tip. Can't get it down. And this one's going to go back to the point and out as Canada will regroup and recover and turn this puck back the other way. As this one's fired in. And Jurček is out there. He's going to play that puck up to the player wearing the A. That's going to be Michael Gut. And now Canada turns it over. Shot on. Malek the save on top of the crease. And that's shot number 13 for Team Canada as Mason McTavish is stoned on that chance. Oh yeah, this game getting good all of a sudden, a little wide open again, and what exactly you wanted to see out of Canada, you are getting right now. If you're a Canadian fan, right? No back down. Yeah, you know what? We gave up 3 in the first, but no reason not to keep playing our game. Shoot the puck a little bit more, which they have this period, right? They've got 3 shots in the first 5 minutes. That puts you on pace for 12 shots in a period, which would be 2 more than last period. So we'll take that. But McTavish games this season, 9 in the NHL, 3 in the AHL, and 4 in the OHL so far for him. That's 15:07 to go in this second period. And Avon steps in and wins a draw against Mason McTavish. Dude's a triple threat, man. Triple threat. as this one's going to go down the ice once again into the Czech zone. Canada chasing after it. They're physical in there with the defenseman. That's not a small guy back there either, and I don't know, they're having more of a wrestling match than they are a hockey game in that corner right now, in the far corner, but that's all right. It's going to come up back to the blue line for Canada. Skated there. They're just going to look. Kent Johnson is going to go around, and he's not going to get this puck going anywhere too effective as the Canadian player strips it from him, and now this one goes back behind him. Johnson taken out into the corner, and man, the Czechs are starting to throw the body and be a little bit more physical with Canada, and I mean, I'd say it's working, but Canada does not seem too phased. They seem to really enjoy that kind of game based on what they brought in that first period. So 14-14 to go in this second period as the puck dumps into the Canadian bench, and we will have ourselves a whistle, as you know what, at halftime between the Raptors and the Cavaliers. 72-55 for the Cavaliers. Oh man. All right. Bad result. Anyway, yeah, they're talking about this. This was some hard work there. Canada, Czechs going to town. McTavish inviting the contact. He's a guy, he's a gamer by the looks of it, I guess you could say. And 14-10 to go in this second period. It's going to be one back. Shot fired. Save there. Shot fired again, and that one's going to go up and out of play. So Canada once again gets another whistle in the Czech zone. Connor Bedard back on the ice for yet another shift. He's definitely earned it so far with that one assist that he had early in the first period to get this to a 3-3 game. So now let's see what he can bring the rest of the way home. Bedard, 24 points in 24 WHL games so far this season. 14 goals, might I add. That's quite an achievement in and of itself. As now this one's going to be one kind of scrambled up, and nobody's really taken ownership of it until the Czechs do. And back the other way, one-on-one, the Czechs into the Canadian zone. They're going to cut around the defense, shoot, fire, Garon the save. Now you got to hope that the top line can play some defense. I don't know if I want Connor Bedard out there defending a lead or defending a tie, but he does it with ease and gets it back into the offensive zone. Looking for the tip is Bedard. He gets it down, but the save by Malek. And now Canada looking. There's another chance directed on net by Wright, but nothing too crazy there happening. And now this one again directed by Malek off the stick. He's been active tonight in net, kind of just guiding the puck around the zone when he has to and when he wants to. And I mean, if that's part of the Czechs' game plan, obviously it has to be if he's doing it this much. But so far, so good for him, as that's going to be a little bit of a big hit from Shane Wright. Could have been a lot bigger, but he had to let up because he was going to pile drive the guy in from behind into the numbers. So you can't do that in the IIHF. You don't want to do that in the IIHF. So got on him to hold up and let the play come to him. Bourgault sees that come, and looks like Jurček is injured. Ooh. Saw something happen there, but I'm not 100% sure what happened, as this one's going to be a turn, and he goes knee on knee. Okay, what? He's the guy that's trying to knee on knee the guy, and he ends up with the worst of it? Good. I think that's better. I guess you could say Canada kind of also leaned into that one, but what do you do, right? Yeah, call that kneeing 99.9% of the time that they do. All right, is there anything we need to know so far as this game winds in through the second period? Not too much. 676 views in 18 minutes. What's that putting us on pace for here? Let's go take a look at that. 676 divided by 18 times 60, 2,253. All right, we'll take it. Only trailing the last live stream by about 3,000 at this point, so we got some ground to make up, but we'll get it done. Don't you kid yourself. It's been a good night of hockey so far, a good day of hockey here on Boxing Day as the tournament opens up for yet another year, and I'm really looking forward to just kind of seeing this one evolve and go along. Let's take a quick check of the chat here, as yeah, I don't know what to tell you about betting money on Canada, that's for sure. And yeah, let's see, the chat so far, you guys on 219 votes have voted Canada wins this game 81% of the time. All right, so that seems to be the vote so far, and look at that, just a massive hit, and Jurček gets the way worse of it. Kyle is not so much that off, and then all of a sudden the trainer comes out and he's like, yeah, what's up? Wow. All right. So Czech Republic, Czechia. Again, catching myself. Lose a big player in terms of Eurocheck. He's a big guy for them. So we'll see what happens now. You gotta think that it's going to be a different game with him out of the game. That's for sure. And with Canada looking to attack on this one, that one's going to be one back by Team Canada off the face-off. 15-9 the shots for Canada so far with 12:52 to go in this second period. And that one just directed right back to Malek after it comes out from behind the net. That was a dangerous little opportunity and a good, definite play there to hold that puck up by Malek. It looks like Canada gets a power play here as Mason McTavish gets, what, hooked? Hooked? Held? Hooked? One of the two? And that's it. 12:48 to go in this second period. Sadevi for holding, I guess you can call it. And Mason McTavish is set and ready to deliver, hopefully, a power play goal for Canada. And the first lead since it was 1-0. Right? Canada would then go on to score 3 out of the next 3. Wow. All right. This game's been a mess. That's all I can say is now Canada looks to set it up. Mason McTavish, the old Connor McDavid in. He's going to drive it in and drive off the net instead. That's not too unfamiliar with that kind of play. But 12:30 to go, 1:42 on the power play in this attempt. So, well, look at that. Commercial for SodaStream. Right? Right. Anyway, we can sit here and joke all we want, or we can get back to hockey at some point and try and find that go-ahead goal. Look at this. Mason McTavish absolutely driving in there. He gets taken out and takes off the net. And the ref kind of gives him a 1-2. And now we're back to hockey action as the guys kind of pile up at the Czech blue line. And 12:25 to go in the second period. And that's going to be that, as Canada's going to start in their side of the offensive half and fire it in. And that's going to be played around back to the bumper man on the boards. And Canada really not setting up too much of an attack there. All of a sudden it is Perfetti shoots, waits, loads, misses the net. That's going to allow Canada to once again regain at the blue line. Now, I don't know how that's not tripping, but sure. Or I guess it is tripping. They did call it. I just didn't see the ref put his hand up. Power looking for it. And now all of a sudden Canada, the extra man on the ice. Owen Power is going to wait. Doesn't shoot the puck. Perfetti looking to shoot the puck. Power now shoots the puck. Held up there by Malek. And now we got some pushing and shoving going here. As for some reason the Czechs threw an extra little cross check at something. And now all of a sudden we got something going here. Wow, they're going to take 2 Czech players. And that's a cross check, so. And Mishak's going to the board or bench as a box as well. Wow. 3 Czech players in the box and not a single Canadian in there. You don't see that too often. And Perfetti fires it, misses that one. And then Ken Johnson gets tripped up there. Yeah, that was the initial penalty. That was the one. I'm like, how's that not tripping? But didn't see the ref put his arm up. And then this cross check is a cross check to the neck of Kent Johnson. Wow. So these Czechs do not like a guy named Kent Johnson on Team Canada, I guess you could say. That's 2 penalties on him in the same play. Looks good on the drawn penalty board, doesn't it? Mishak for tripping. And then everything else going on, cross-checking for Radek. And now Canada's got a chance to get this done here, and I guess the Czechs are taking a timeout, or what are we waiting for here? Is McTavish is going to get out there and see what he can do? Kat, would you not mind knocking over my TV with your whiskers? 17-9 the shots for Team Canada. Like I said, they came out with a shooting mentality, and so far so good in this period. No goals to show for it, but now a chance to cash in. 51 seconds on the man advantage. Canada's going to find it to Perfetti. Perfetti's going to go down low. That's going to allow Canada to move the puck D to D behind the net. Chance in the slot there for McTavish. He can't come up with it. And now Canada's going to reset Owen Power. They're just kind of toying with the Czechs as it currently stands, making them wait, making them open up somewhere where they don't want to. Owen Power down to the man. And now Bork across. Power, the one-timer. Shot, scores. That, my friend, is the second goal of the game for #1 overall Buffalo Sabres draft pick, Owen Power. And it is a 4-3 game for Team Canada. You have got to be kidding me. That is ridiculous. 5-on-3 for 50 seconds, and they just loaded it around, moved it around as much time as it took to get the job done. And Team Canada does indeed score a goal. Look at that. Owen Power kind of rotates over, and look at that movement. Perfetti across to Power. Shot back of the net. And yes, sirree, Team Canada takes that 4-3 lead, and this game is nuts. Look at that shot back of the net. And wow, Owen Power looking good, scoring that goal. Coming as advertised. Now you got another 5-on-3, I believe, for 1 minute and 30 seconds. So Canada can absolutely bury Czechia here with 2 more goals on the man advantage to make it a 6-3 game, as somebody said in the chat, as this game kind of got away from Czechia by taking 2 bad penalties after already taking a penalty. And now, you got to see what happens here, but they're going to take a few seconds to review, kind of figure out what's next, what's happening, and try and sort it out as we currently find ourselves just rolling through this live stream. Now up to 920 views on the stream, guys, or this hour, guys. Appreciate that. We're going to watch Team Canada roll into the offensive zone, take all the time they need, and I don't know how that's not interference, as Cole Perfetti was trying to draw one. And now again, Owen Power at the point looking to score a hat trick, and I don't see why he wouldn't take a shot trying to find Owen Power the hat trick here. But Maverick Bork looking across, looks to Owen Power here. He's going to rotate top slot back down to Bork. Bork's going to go back to Power. Power's got an option here. He's looking shot. Whew. Good chance for a one-timer in the slot. Can't get it going. 55 seconds to go on the man advantage. And look at this. Right away. What a beautiful move. Perfetti in. Stop. Bork. Shot. Oh, man. What a save by Malek. He did not know that puck was there, but he still saves it. Johnson dishes off. Shot. Blocked in front. Johnson now with the puck once again. He's got Power, his teammate from Michigan, right there with him. They're going to go play pitch and catch. Now Power back across. And he's looking, they're looking to capitalize here before this 2-man advantage drains out. And now Owen Power with the chance. There's Bork, low dot. He's going to go back across. Shot not coming from Johnson. Now Perfetti with the puck, high dot. Now shot, save, rebound, scores. Owen Power, I think, just netted the hat trick, to be honest with you. Yes, sir, he did. Jan Mishak on the 5-on-3. His penalty gets taken off the board by an Owen Power goal that nets him the hat trick in his World Junior game. My goodness. Talk about a storyline. That's beautiful work. I mean, Team Canada, there was no way they weren't scoring there. It was just a matter of who was going to actually shoot the puck. And Owen Power decides to come in and just bang a puck in from the side of the net on the rebound off Malek. The shot from Perfetti, the rebound from McTavish, and then the goal from Power to make it a 5-3 hockey game for Team Canada. And this one, oh my goodness, the twists, the turns, the everything that has been this hockey game have been unreal, and we find ourselves now up 5-3. I knew the offense was coming, but did you expect it to come all on 1, 2, 3 subsequent power plays? And yeah, there's some hats on the ice now. A Santa hat stuck on the boards. And look at that, Owen Power getting the job done. Better believe that's a pretty fantastic start to a hockey game and start to a tournament if you're a defenseman like Owen Power to get that going, that's for sure. And Hey Baby is just ringing through Rogers Place tonight. 9:45 to go in the second period. Still 22 shots for Team Canada, right? At one point, they were on pace for 12 shots this period. Halfway through the period, they've got 12 shots. So keep that in mind. Shane Wright now out there to try and bury Czechia on the power play for another 30 seconds is Canada, with a chance to go up 3, and I think then the game is in hand if you're Canada, because all you do from there is just keep scoring, 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 and scoring if you're Team Canada. And now this one, 5-3, as this one's going to go around the boards. Canada plays it there. Czechia fires the puck up the boards, and they are going to get it out for a brief second. Canada back in possession. Owen Power, his third on the power play. And now back the other way. Czechia comes, rips the shot, Garan the save. McTavish and Perfetti the assist. Give Perfetti some points tonight. Give McTavish some points tonight. And give Owen Power 3 as 8:55 to go in this second period. And my goodness, this one has turned into a little bit of a scoring fest. This is what I was hoping Germany-Finland would be, but instead now it's Canada-Czechia. And I mean, color me shocked that Canada's scoring goals, but color me very shocked that Czechia has 3 and we're only halfway through the hockey game. Yes, they all came in the first period. Yes, this has been much more dominated second period by Team Canada, but does that mean much at all at the World Juniors? Sometimes not at all. And now back, that's going to be played down by Gouli. Burgot out there, he's looking to get something going with Denoy. I'm still not sure how to pronounce that. Number 19 for Canada, pardon me. As Burgot looking for this puck. He's trying the best. And that's going to be played up into the blue line area for Team Canada, where it's going to be shot in from, oh man, they were looking for a tip there. Almost had it at the side of the net. Couldn't get it down. Nobody really knew it was coming. And now Canada getting it going, 22-9. The shots on goal, and 7:46 to go in this second period. I'm powering down here. My goodness, I have not been this tired all weekend, but that's okay. We'll battle through and get this second period done with at least, as this one down the ice. Canada keeping it alive for a few brief moments, and before they fire it in by Sealer. Or Sealy? Is it Sealer or Sealy? One of the two. He's a 7th round draft pick, I know that much. This one tipped back. And Canada, oh my goodness, big hit coming in from there. Oh my goodness, wow, that was a monster of a hit. And now Canada's pushing it forward. There's Kent Johnson. He's going to wind around the net, leave it there for a man that never came. And 7 minutes left in this second period now, as that's Lambos firing it off a man. And it's back the other way. As Czechia coming, pardon me. Eyes are failing me here. And now Canada back the other way. All right, game on, guys. As they're on a Ridley Gregg. Finds it, shot, side of the net, can't get it going. Cat's in the way once again. That's pretty typical of this second period so far. And now Canada with it still at the blue line. It's going to be played around. They got to try and find this puck on net at some point, as this one's going to go down. Back, wow. All right, Canada is just toying with Czechia in their own zone at this point, the way they're moving these pucks. Great support there from Mason McTavish up to Owen Power, but it's just skipped over top of his stick. Zellweger finds it there, and he'll hammer it back in, and that, my friends, will finally be an icing call. So the back, forth, all-around action, we get a little bit of a break at long last, and I can take a second to breathe because it was getting a little out of hand right there. Dylan Gron, of course, the starter tonight, his video getting 17 views and everything else doing just all right, I'd say, so far in this evening for sure. So let's see what we get going as we get into the later stages of this second period. Canada, Czech going back and forth, but it's 5-3 for Canada. Now this one fired down. Of course, I haven't seen too much of Dylan Gunther so far tonight. They were just talking about him, part of that pick that was traded between Ekman Larson and the Canucks and stuff. But Malek beat twice this period, and yeah, the Hats flooded the ice at Rogers Place for that very important hat trick for Team Canada from Owen Power to get it going. Let's see what else we got going on here. What's on Twitter? So Owen Power is good. Yes, Owen Power is good. And let's see what else we got. Hat trick in his first WJC game, just as we predicted. Yeah, Power Hattie. Everyone's getting pretty excited about that Owen Power hat trick. That's pretty good because it's a very important one. And I mean, we needed to bury the Czechs on that set of power plays and two-man advantages, and we did. So that's a big go for us. So. All right. So that's the first time I've seen a Tim Biebs commercial. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but if you go to any local Tim Hortons in your neighborhood, you're going to notice they're sold out of at least one of the Tim Biebs items that are available for purchase. But of course, Russia's got the tournament next year. I think Omsk and somewhere else have the tournament next year in Russia. They've got a little polar bear as the logo, or some kind of bear. And now this one fired down, and we've got officially less than 6 minutes to go in this hockey game. 5-3 between Canada and the Czechs, and so far so good now for Canada. Wasn't so far so good early in that first period, but Dave Cameron called the timeout, and man, did that work wonders. Get back to the basic, play a little bit of defense, stay hard and fast on the puck, and stay physical. And Team Canada, well, it's been the key to success, right? They've come out, kept themselves in this hockey game to make it 3-3 at the end of the first. Got themselves to a situation where they got some power play chances, capitalized on them, and now they're up 5-3 with just over 5 minutes to go. Now possessing the puck all around the Team Czechia zone as that one tipped in, and that was a nice little tip there, but that one goes up and out of play off the stick of Shane Wright. Not much of a chance there to get a goal, but it was a good little tip anyway. And so far so good. Let's see what we got going here. We got Perfetti. It's minus 30 weather. Okay. Somebody had a sign. Either way, we got a Hattie for Owen Power. That's what matters so far tonight, right? That's the big news. I think that'll be the screaming headline of this hockey game, is the hat trick for Owen Power. But now you've got them coming back the other way. The spot check gets that one going. And nothing happening there. And now 4:44, the shot, block, save. And now back the other way comes Team Canada. They're getting some defense out of their boys now. 4.5 minutes to go. And that is going to be offside. And Novak can't believe it, but it just is what it is, as we'll head to a commercial break. And that, my friends, I'll give you a second here in case you're tuning in and wondering how to watch tonight's hockey game. Again, if you're in Canada, bum somebody's TV service provider login information, go to tsn.ca and go watch the hockey game for yourself by logging in. That's all you got to do. Quite honestly, that's what I'm doing, and it's quite honestly that simple. Because we're currently at 4,295 views on this stream. My goodness, what a light me up night. I am not used to this in a long time. It's been a long time coming. 10 months since I last streamed some hockey games, and now we currently find ourselves rocking and rolling this one. Let me see what we got going. If I'm missing anything, I don't think I am. As let's see here. Come on, load up, load up, load up. Thank you. And we are currently sitting. Not too bad, that is for sure. I'm going to check Twitter here right quick and see what's going on. All right. Sure. Anyway, they're showing the replay. Might as well get back to that. Mason McTavish absolutely dominating this game too. Owen Power might have so far the 3 goals that matter most, but you talk about it, Mason McTavish has had a pretty good game so far himself. And then let's go just quickly check, right? So Owen Power, McTavish, and Perfetti. Bork and Perfetti on the assists on the first or second power goal. Perfetti's actually got 3 points so far. And then you've got the first 2 goals, McTavish and Power unassisted. So big night for Cole Perfetti, big night for Owen Power so far. And of course, Mason McTavish, don't forget him just because he only has 2 points instead of 3. 4 minutes to go in this second period. And man, the hunger pains are setting in, let me tell you. Guys getting a little hungry here, that's for sure, but we'll battle through and get it done. All right, either way. This puck played here by Greg. And now, all of a sudden, Seeley fires that shot into the sticks. And this one battled in front. Ooh, my goodness, this is one of the classic World Juniors piles. And the ref blew down the play. And now, all of a sudden, we got some rough stuff going between both squads here. Some helmets, gloves flying. Wow, okay, all right. Didn't expect to see this. Jake Neighbors has his helmet off. That scrappy airdrie attitude, right? You'll bridge over top of the QE2. You know what happens there if you know where I'm talking. Jake Neighbors, though, crashing into the crease, flinging himself on top of Goot, and then Goot doesn't appreciate that. And Malek, however, comes up with the save. 3:40 to go in the second period. And, yeah, I better let Buddy know what's going on here. All right, 3:40 to go in the second period. Jake Neighbors pretty happy with himself. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah, that's for sure. Now this one's going to be won back by the Czechia side, and this one's going to be flipped out into, where is that going to be a penalty? I don't know. All right. See what's happening here. 3:36 to go. Power has a chance. They were talking about scoring 4 goals. I guess that hasn't happened too much in history of Team Canada at the World Juniors, so that'd be pretty impressive if a defenseman could do it, let alone anyone on the forward squad. But 3:26 to go. Canada getting to work here on the end boards. Avon out there. Good to see him taking Avon seriously. And now this one battled around. Oof, Team Canada miscommunication and the clock bleeds. 3:05 to go. And this one, nice pickpocket there by Zellweger. Turns it over though, trying to cut through. Shot misses wide. And now Canada getting back to it, trying to keep this puck alive. They're going to work this puck around. And there you go. That's right back to Captain Caden Gooley, who will just steer it behind his own net, keep it there for a minute, reset, and allow some time to bleed off the clock as Canada and the Czechs complete some line changes and try to figure out what's next. Canada with 14 shots so far this period. The Czechs with only 2. Canada has absolutely dominated this period, obviously getting the 2 big goals, and the Czechs really not pushing too much offensively. Now a little bit of a pile-up. Garand out of his own net, but he recovers in time. Bedard smartly circles a couple of times to keep that puck away from a Czech defender. And now back the other way comes Team Canada across the blue line. Zellweger carries it. And that's going to allow Perfetti to give chase against the Czech defender who came up with the puck after Zellweger lost it. But it's flipped out into the neutral territory. And that's played there by Shane Wright, who I really don't think is that big of a kid, is he? But either way, now Perfetti back in. Shot, pass. So I don't know what that was, but it wasn't a goal. $1:52 to go in the second period now. Chance here. Down the net for. Ooh. That's a big hit on Shane Wright, and they are not going to call that. But I figured just based on IIHF rules, they would have called that. But never mind. Team Canada keeps possession, keeps control of the puck. Czechia stays out of the penalty box. Trouble right there. And now all of a sudden there's some big hits being thrown. Kind of a little message sending here from both sides, as this game is getting physically chippy late in this second period. All started by Jake Neighbors taking a couple of liberties, crashing through the crease on top of Michael Goot. Of course, you could say the Euro-Czech knee, but I think he just let the Czechs suffer that one out after he took the worst of that. And right, the game turned after Euro-Czech went down after trying to knee the player for Canada, I believe. Who was that? That was one of them. Not really sure. Can't remember. Anyway, back the other way comes Canada. My voice is about done. I think I'm checking out after this second period, unfortunately, guys. I don't think I've got much left to give in this game. 45 seconds to go. Canada behind the Czech net. That's played by Malek. 40 seconds to go. Owen Power with the puck. Would like to see him score one more goal. That was just a seeing eye pass that had no business getting through. Jake Neighbors fires it wide. 30 seconds to go in this period. And my friends, we are just about out and done now. This one comes back. This is going to be played in. Shot tipped. Malek just leaves it there in front of the crease dangerously. And now 20 seconds remain on the clock. The Czechs back into Canada territory. 12 seconds on the clock. Played behind the net. And that, I assume, with Owen Power in control, will finish off this second period as it's gloved down by Malek. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is all she wrote for this second period for Team Canada. I'm going to take a quick break it down for you, and then I'm going to head out and get ourselves going for the intermission. But hold on, I'm seeing a spike on the views, so I better hold off for a quick second and at least get you the goal scores of that second period. So the goal scoring goes as such in a 5-3, 8-goal game. McTavish, Gut, Novak, Zovzil, Power, Zabrango, and then you've got Power, and bang. A Power hat trick from Owen Power to get this going. And what has been a solid game so far from Team Canada, that is for sure. And of course now, as soon as I go to leave, the views come up. So hold on. We'll stay tuned and we might stick around for the third period. If you guys are telling me you need me to stick around, I guess you'll stick around. Anyway. What do we got going on? The last defenseman to score a hat trick for Canada at the World Juniors, that would be way back in never history for Owen Power. Wow. All right, game on. So Owen Power is the first defenseman in Team Canada history to score a hat trick at the World Juniors. That is, sorry, I thought that was special to see somebody like him score a hat trick, but that is next level. Never been done by a defenseman. Wow. Is it too early to say that the Buffalo Sabres got a good one? That is insanity. Oh, I can't type. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to type a reply to somebody on Twitter. A little insane. Anyway, either way, let's get this going and let's see what we've got for a situation here for Team Canada. What else do we have for details? Of course, that was aided. That goal scoring in that second period was aided by Mishak, Hradek, and Sadevi taking penalties coincidentally together in a span of just over a minute and 8 seconds. A minute and 8 seconds is what it took for that game to flip on its head for Team Canada and the Czechs. So that's a pretty incredible little change of events. And of course, with the USA and Slovakia still upcoming, we got to look forward to the rest of this hockey game going well. Ladies and gentlemen, just because I've got a couple more of you joining and you're probably curious on how to watch tonight's hockey game, what I got to say is go find a friend. If you're in Canada, find a friend in Canada who has a television package, right? Some kind of cable, TV, fiber optic, whatever the satellite, whatever they're rolling. Get them to share their account information with you, right? Like how they log in to pay a bill online. And that information will actually get you access, if they have a TSN package on that cable package, to TSN. So you don't have to pay for it. You might have to pay Buddy a case of beer. But what do you do, right? Pay Buddy a case of beer and you've got the World Juniors all season long, or what do you do, right? So anyway, give me a second here. I'm going to go take a quick bathroom break. I'll be right back and we'll get things going for the third period of play. All right, we're back. We're ready to roll. Let's get this going, shall we? This is going to be a good rest of the game here, I am sure. I just got to send a text. Of course, things kind of changed last second. Of course, the views pop. And let's see what else we got going on. So right now on the stream, guys, I'm carrying 83 of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. That's really, it blows my mind, ladies and gentlemen, tonight that I'm streaming to such an audience, considering I've been off this streaming thing for, I don't know, about, I'd want to say 10 months now. And suddenly just out of nowhere, these World Juniors still lighting it up. You guys coming through, supporting as much as you have. Really appreciate that for sure. So let's get this going. Let's see what I've got here in the chat. Blows me away. Oh, hey, there's Richard. All right. Hit me up on Twitter and hit me up on the YouTubes. All right, great to go. Anyway, we've got ourselves an interesting situation here as well, because Team Canada, despite being up 5-3, I don't think you can call this the most comfortable game as of yet, because, right, a little bit of defense could cost things for sure. Best draft eligibles in the World Juniors, Shane Wright, Logan Cooley, Joachim Kemmel, Juraj Slavovsky, and then you've got Daniel Yurov, Simon Nemec, David Urich, Brad Lambert. There's a list of names there at the World Juniors this year. And of course, if you played NHL 22, you'd be pretty familiar with some of those as well. But definitely a list of names for sure at this year's World Juniors to keep an eye on as things get going throughout this tournament. And that's the beautiful part about the preliminary rounds, is you get to see all these guys, get to watch it, especially if you have days off during Christmas and New Year's, right? You get to sit back, kick back, relax, and just watch non-stop, 24/7. It feels like hockey. If you're doing it right, 24/7 hockey, right? Your 24/7 during the holidays should be about 11:30 to about 10:30 at night if you're doing the holidays right. That's about your 24/7, and the other 12 hours is spent sleeping because you've been bringing down the house a little bit too much during the holidays. But anyway, we find ourselves in a situation where Team Canada is only up 5-3, like I mentioned. It's not the most comfortable game, but as well, you've got special storylines. Owen Powers got a hat trick, the first Canadian defenseman to ever do so. You've got, of course, the first point of his World Junior career in Connor Bedard, right? He's got another chance to get more points next year. Mason McTavish is on the board with 2 points. Cole Perfetti has 3 assists. There are great storylines brewing in this hockey game all the way around, no matter how you cut it. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with the rest of this third period. Obviously, walk it to the finish line if you're Team Canada. That's key number one. But right now, I'd just like to kind of see what maybe Owen Power, if he can bury 4 and set a record of his own, right? It's never been done before, a defenseman hat trick, but go out there and write history, right? He broke history, never been done before. Now he's the first one to do it. Now he can do something that he didn't do, nobody's done, and now, right, just chance to add on, I guess what I'm saying. I don't know. I'm getting all romantic about the great game of hockey. I don't know. It's Boxing Day. Do I even know what's going on outside? No, I don't. It's minus 29, actually, is what it's doing outside, with an extreme cold warning, with a wind chill possibly getting down to minus 55 tonight in Edmonton. So when we're talking about it being too cold to do things, it is too cold to do things, that is for sure. Anyway, well, let's see what we got going on here. Trying out new toys. Okay. Quite the 40 minutes by the Buffalo Sabres draft pick. This coming from Jason Greger of TSN 1260. Owen Power, he is first Canadian D-man to score a hat trick at the World Juniors. First time watching him live, and wow, is he impressive. Incredible skater, great vision, and his puck skills are top-notch. Third period coming up on TSN Radio. What else do we got? I've answered that question. And he just makes the game look so easy. Yep, you know what? That is Owen Power, like I was saying, right? He skates, and it's like he's skating slow motion very fast. He takes half a stride, and it's all over with for whoever he's skating against. So that's good news as well there. So trying to find out if I'm missing anything else here in this first and second period. So we got, well, good. Michael Gutt has actually 2 points in this one. I didn't know that. And of course, if you're just tuning in and you're from Czechia or you're tuning in to support Czechia, what you might have missed is the fact that unfortunately David Juracek is, as far as I know, out of the game due to injury after kind of colliding awkwardly, trying to go for a knee-for-knee hit kind of deal with one of Team Canada's players, and he took the worst of it. He blew the Canadian player down to the ice, but Juracek goes and he's like, whoa, that doesn't feel right as soon as he goes to skate on by. So is what it is, my friends. Just nothing to be done, I guess. Guess so. All right, anyway, what else do we have to figure out here? We're just hitting that little weird spike there that we did. Currently, something that I didn't expect to go up today was the subscriber count, and so far I've gained, well, just over 20, or yeah, just about 20 subscribers today. So guys, thank you so much for doing that along with me tonight, as well as getting me back over 8,500. It's been a weird kind of past couple of months, I know, and oh, I can't even type messages right now. I'm all kinds of confused. It's been a long day. Not used to this live streaming thing anymore. Let me tell you, it's been a long time since I've done it, and like I said, that's what I yeah. Yeah, it's been a long time. So a little out of practice, a little bit a lot to see the sport coming back my way on these live streams. That's for sure. So I expected the World Juniors to be good. I don't know why, but last year's were good, and I expected this year to be good as well. And so far, so good, as we trend towards another 6,000 views on this live stream after the 6,000 on Finland, Germany. Which, I mean, guys, honestly, I can talk about the views all night. I'm very good at talking about the views, but you missed a heck of a hockey game if you missed Finland versus Germany. I can promise you that. That was a very great hockey game, that's for sure. And now currently I just need to check something as well. 2.56. All right, game on. That's not too bad. All right, anyway. Anything else we're missing? 22 likes on the stream so far. I haven't checked the chat in a little bit, so let's see what's going on. Not too much. It's been a very quiet chat, which I'm not minding. You know what? Not having to manage the chat for the first couple times back, I'm not minding that at all. 82% of you are going with Canada over Czechia tonight, and 7% of you are going with hockey fans on 327 votes. So the old chat has seen a lot of action in terms of voting, but not much else other than that, as we near 6,000 views on the stream tonight. And anything else we got going on, just some tweets about football. Because yeah, it's going to be a good finish to this hockey game. I hope Canada romps a couple, 2 or 3 more goals, right? We've had 3 goals in the first period, 2 goals in the second period. We're up 5-3. All seems pretty good and well. Problem is, right, it could turn at any moment, especially if we forget to play defense the rest of the way home. But hopefully we don't, and we just dominate things and get the job done, right? I think that's fair to say. All right, anything else we're missing? I'm just sitting here trying to figure out if there is anything I am missing to tell you during this intermission. So far, not really, I don't think. I don't think there is. Let's see here. Yeah, there is not much I'm missing at all, I don't think. So let's just keep things rolling along here, and let's keep this live stream going. I guess all I gotta say is it's been a good little run, and let's keep it that way as I'm sitting here enjoying myself. It's a good Boxing Day. I mean, long Boxing Day. I thought I was going to have to go to work. That's why I actually had to cut the Finland-Germany live stream short, is I got a call from work saying that we had a no heat and we had to get somebody heat, but that one turned out to be nothing too tragic, so they're able to wait until Tuesday. I don't know how. That's a little crazy to think you can wait until Tuesday in minus 30 temperatures without heat, but if you've got inflow, if you've got everything, there's ways to do it. And unfortunately, thankfully, in Alberta, people always have a secondary heat source. Normally, that said, but that's okay, as I've got my little trusty fireplace back here keeping me warm. And man, what I wouldn't do to have a Tim's Steep Tea 2 Milk 2 Sugar right now. Let's be honest with you. I know everybody would say, oh, I'd take a double-double all day. I'd take a Steep Tea 2 Milk 2 Sugar, ride it out. That would be fantastic. I had to stop drinking the double-doubles, Steep Tea double-doubles, because it was just getting way, way too hard on the system. I actually ended up building a little bit of a gut. I mean, what everybody else would call a beer gut, I was building it just based off of Steep Tea double-doubles, which little ridiculous. Slot shots through 2 periods of play for Team Canada, and they've got 5 goals for it. As that Owen Power outlier, I think Owen Power's all his goals have been outliers so far, quite honestly, looking at it. And Owen Power, the scoring summary in that second period. And now, my friends, we get set. After only 2 Czechia shots in the second period, we get set for a 25-9 shot department differential, and of course a chance to get going more goals in this third period. They'll bring in Ray and of course Gord Miller here in moments, and then this hockey game will really get back underway as those two getting set to bring us all the coverage. And you know, I'd love to go back and just watch the 06 or 07 World Juniors and just see Gord Miller up there once again, because that'd be interesting to see what he's looking like back then, right? Do a little throwback Thursday. Maybe we'll have to do that on Dolany TV. Let's go. You would not want to see my 06-07 throwback Thursday. Has bang, and this one played there. Man, Team Canada was just on those 5-on-3s toying, absolutely toying with Team Czech Republic. Like, I feel bad. That's how bad Team Canada was toying with them, quite honestly. Like, it was ridiculous how much Canada was outworking them, just skating around them. Obviously, yes, that's the way a 5-on-3 works. I get it. I understand it. But at the same rate, man, it had to have sucked to be one of those Team Czech Republic players out there defending that 5-on-3, knowing no matter what you do, Canada is going to score on at least one of them. All right, anyway, Owen Power on the ice looking for goal number 4 in the tournament and on the night to maybe set a Canadian record that will probably never, ever again be matched, right? If it's taken this long in the history of this tournament for Canada to have a defenseman score a hat trick, how long until somebody does 4 again, right? If it takes another 20 years to do 3, how likely is 4? All right, puck is down. That's Greg scoring the face-off win, and now all of a sudden we're back underway for the third period of play between Canada and the Czechs, as this one is an icing right out of the gate. Took a long time this period to get a face-off. Kidding. 9 seconds in. I think both of the first and second period we took at least 30 to 2.5 minutes to get a whistle. So now the Czechs in a situation where they got to try and go out there and win a hockey game down by 2 against the powerhouse of the tournament, the yearly favorite if you're Team Canada, I guess you could say. So far, the only problem is I don't think I've seen quite potentially gold medal winning hockey from Team Canada, but I mean, you got a whole tournament to build on it, and I want a tight little turn there and bobbled off the stick, and now 19:35 to go in this third period. Team Canada battling for that puck, keeping it alive. The Czechs get it out of their own zone after a glove down pass. And now back the other way. Canada gets the stuff. Garon the save. Another save by Garon. And that's right out of the gate. I think 2 shots on goal for the Czechs after only having 2 all last period. So Comtois, Radish, Shen, Gagne, and Lemieux are the only players ever to score 4 goals in a game. And, well, last 11 years, 3 of those games have come in pretty big games against weaker opponents. So now we look to see what Team Canada and Owen Power can bring in the next little bit. The last 19.5 minutes of this hockey game, hopefully something good there, as Team Canada is looking to get it going. 5-3 the score. Canada working through the neutral zone. 3 goals, last 12 appearances. Won 5 straight goals in between 05 and 09. The years of dominance for Team Canada back then. And now here all of a sudden Mason McTavish doing that same thing he did in the first period to score that goal. He's taken out and taken down, however. Now Gooley's going to fire the shot, misses wide from the point 18:45, big hit there by the captain to knock the Czech player down, and it looks like he might be injured. Shot, save, or missed, I'm not really sure, and that one definitely missed off the stick of the Czech player. And now another big hit. My goodness, Canada is just tossing bodies around the rink tonight. 18:25 to go in this third period, and the Czechs have only credit for one shot this period. I thought they definitely had two, but I guess the scorekeeper's only giving them credit for one, and now 26 shots to the credit of Team Canada. And there's Malek out to play the puck, and I think he just gave up a goal. No, big kick save for the Czech goalkeeper. And now, well, last medal for the Czechs was in 2005, winning a bronze. So that's a long time to go without a medal. Now you got to think the Czechs would like to change that, but I don't think they're going to change too much of history tonight. They've lost 5 straight to Team Canada so far at the World Juniors coming into tonight, and I think that's going to go to 6 straight as they're looking to beat them once again. 2-on-1 developing for Team Canada. That one a pass that, again, I don't know, watching 2 of the best players in the NHL night in, night out as a fan of that team in Edmonton that plays there, I gotta tell you, just shoot the puck on the 2-on-1. You guys are good enough to score those. Don't have to worry about passing it. Just shoot it. If you want to shoot for the rebound and cash in the rebound, go for it. But just shoot the puck on the 2-on-1 for crying out loud. 17:06 to go in this third period. Canada getting roped around in their own zone a little bit by the Czechs, who see that puck bounce off a skate and a stick in the neutral zone before they carry it in. That one up over top, and the face-off will come to the right of Dylan Garand in the Canadian zone. So we've watched some hockey turn around here a little bit in this one. 25 likes on the stream, and Team Canada coming out and playing some good hockey so far in this period, but you'd like to see more out of them, that's for sure. But we can't ask too much more because we are still winning this hockey game. That is a fact. So currently find ourselves with that face-off to the right of Garand. 16:52 to go in the third period. And this puck's won back by the Czechs. They'll fire it on down. 18 points in 20 WHL games so far this season for Caden Gooley, who I don't know if he's going to get a lot of points. I think it'll be Owen Power that gets a lot of points for Team Canada in this tournament. And Gooley will just be kind of the shutdown pair, I think is how I've seen things measure. So it'll be interesting to see how that all works. But there's Bourgault setting up an attack. He's got the puck back at the right side, dot near side in the offensive zone. Now Canada controlling at the blue line. Powers walking it there, skating smoothly, tips it off to Sealy. Sealy plays it down, and that's going to be met there by Team Canada along the boards, trying to come in and control that puck. Bourgault now, I guess, shifting on the fourth line, I guess you could say. They've got an odd man out on the wings, so that's where it finds out. Connor Bedard's taking some shifts on the top line. Denoy up there as well, playing with Bourgault. I mean, realistically, with Team Canada up top and bottom, you can never really go wrong with the lineup, so that's the nice part there as they set up the attack. This one in Greg, shot, chance, opportunity lost in the skates and sticks, controlling 2 words together. But either way, Canada, once again, Gooley, I should just quit now while I'm ahead. Gooley gets it going. Big hit there. Chance in front. That one deflected nowhere near for Malek, who just clears some snow out of the crease in disgust. Not getting to touch that puck. 2-on-1 leads to nothing for the Czechs, and now back the other way comes Canada. This game opening up a little bit there, and that's going to be Greg blowing a tire. He's down on the ice. That's all right. Jake Neighbors follows up. He's got a chance to leave that puck there. Chance across. Zellweger shot on net. 2 men blow a tire, taking each other out for Team Canada. I believe that was Greg and Zellweger at the front of the blue paint. And now carried in. Neighbors across. Nothing happening there. And now it's Kent Johnson carrying that one to the blue line. Shot in. Looking for the puck. Oh my goodness. All kinds of spins as Bork in front. He can't get it going. And now Team Canada is just starting to pour on the offense. 28 shots in this period. 2 shots so far for the Czechs. 28 shots in the game, pardon me, for Team Canada. And man, is my voice going rasp on me now. But look at this, Team Canada keeping pucks alive like they cannot escape. McTavish shot across, rebound. McTavish can't get it going. My goodness, the chances on net. They're front, left, and center so far for Canada, but nothing will go back in the net in this period. And you just hope it doesn't cost them going down the ice the next chance for the Czechs. As this one's going to be controlled. Zellweger's going to play that one there. He keeps it alive. Now you've got Sabrongo. He's playing it from behind the net. Zellweger there with the puck. 13:50 to go in the third period. It's played ahead. Bork gets it going, and now that's played ahead yet again. A broken stick all the way down to Malek, and Canada comes up with the puck. My goodness, they're all over the Czechs trying to get out of their own zone. Now Bedard, right, and Perfetti out there controlling as the top line for Canada. Perfetti sees that one get past him, but it's not past the defenseman too long. And now Canada will turn back the puck right here. They'll get back in the offensive zone. Bedard plays it down. Nifty between the legs play, and that will not beat the goaltender Malek, who stands tall on the goal line yet again. Look at this end-to-end action, and look at that, just a wicked stick in the lane to rob Canada, and McTavish can't believe it. This one's kind of opened up here in the third period, and that's a welcome kind of addition to this game. Is up 5-3, why not push, try and get a little bit more offense out of it and try and get the job done as early into this period as you possibly can if you're Team Canada, and try and bring home the victory in the opening game of the tournament here in Edmonton. As we currently sit, we've got 10-5 there. Oh my goodness, we're opening up the views too. Oh my God. All right, game on. Yeah, no, things are looking good if you're tuning into Dolany TV tonight. So far, 13,000 views in the last 48 hours. That's a little ridiculous if you ask me. I haven't had a day like that. And let's go here, the past 2021, we haven't had a day over 13,000 views since, this January 2nd is the last time, and that was 26,000 views all the way back then. Of course, January 2nd, what would have been happening? The World Juniors. So it's been a long road back, but we are back into crazy numbers yet again here on Dolany TV for another month of hockey. So Canada got a good contingent at Rogers Place as expected. I don't think that's too out of the norm for a Canadian crowd to be at a Canadian game, but of course we also travel well, so that is to say we're well-versed hockey fans across the nation, across the world, and across the hockey universe. As now the face-off to the right of Malek, or to the left of Malek, sorry, he's catching glove. And he will see that one come out of the zone, tip back in. 13:08 to go in this third period. Canada crushing hard. Bedard throwing a hit. You don't see that too often from your projected one-day superstar. And this one a chance on net. The rebound, Garon sees it steered clear. And this the kind of the casualty of the game for Canada is Garon, who gives up 3 goals in this one. And he's not going to see more than like 12, 15 shots in this hockey game. So he gives up and doesn't have a very pretty save percentage nor goals against average against Czechs, who don't really test him too much. But, of course, the defense leaky early on, and that allows them to pour on some goals from the Czech side. 12:27 to go in this third period. Now you're getting the sense that this game is well in the bag for Team Canada. Elite crow on it if I have to, but it seems like this one's pretty much over. And all that remains to be decided is how many more goals Team Canada scores. Chance from a sharp angle from Bourgault. He's been dangerous. He's been shooting the puck. Ever since he took that penalty and passed up the 2-on-1, he's decided to shoot the puck a little bit more, and I've liked what I've seen from him, especially being who I am and what I am. But Bourgault battling into the corner, keeps the puck alive, takes the man off the puck, and yeah, there you go. That's going to result in Canada getting a chance to keep it in at the blue line. They can't. 11:42 to go. And that will be an icing against the Czech side. A line change for Canada. And now we allow ourselves a chance to check Twitter quickly. Majeur centering, or is on the second line right wing. Of course, he's a Denver University product. I'm still very confused on how Team Canada didn't choose to pick up Carter Savoy. Carter Savoy would have been a heck of a pick for this Team Canada. I expected him to be here, but I guess we had other guys we wanted. And I mean, yeah, sure, Savoy would have been a third, fourth liner on this team, but still would have been a heck of a player to have up at the World Juniors in Edmonton if you're just looking to showcase some talent, I guess, which is what this tournament's all about. But of course, it is best on best at this tournament at this age range, so maybe he didn't make the cut, and that's fine. But 11:26 to go in this third period. The Czechs can't even cross the Canadian blue line in the past 5 minutes, so bar for them to get a goal at this point. And now back in flipped. The Canadians coming on the attack. Zellweger chasing in. He's going to see this one come behind the net. And back and shot. And that one's left right there off of somebody. And now all of a sudden Neighbors messing it up, throwing some elbows and throwing some punches. And that ought to get a response from the Czech side as well on that for sure. So, all right. You got to love what Jake Neighbors brings. He's been at it. Team Czechia, 3 first period goals, second and third period shots, 4. Ain't that a super stat box if you're TSN to go out there and show what Czechia has not been doing lately in this game for the last period and a half, I guess you could say. They really have not been bringing the intensity, bringing the action, and that one up and out of play. So another face-off here for Team Canada. Malek has had a period to be proud of. He's stoned Team Canada on 8 straight shots to open up this action. Now, of course, he got Owen Power set to take a face-off out there, see what he can do at the right point. Looking for that one-timer shot. He's not going to get it as the Czechs win the face-off. 10:55 to go in this third period. Owen Power out there now. He'll play that puck. And he'll go darting. Actually, sorry, that was Maverick Bork coming all the way back, I think. Not really sure. Yeah, that's Maverick Bork out there. I was going to say, Power's the left-hand shot, but there's Bork, right-hand shot, getting back for Power. And now he's just going to outskate the attacker into the boards and allow the Canadian support to come up with the puck. Now battled right at center ice, and that's going to come across off a skate of Bork. McTavish fired that puck a little too hard, and now we've got half a period remaining in this hockey game as Czechia carries the puck into the zone. They're going to fire the puck, and nothing happening there. They have been stymied a lot, and now here we go, a chance for Canada. Malek's not going to be able to come out and play this against Shane Wright, who's going to leave it there for Connor Bedard, who's going to see this one bounce off the glass a little bit, and now a play right onto his stick. He'll fire it towards the net. Perfetti's not there to bang it in, but now he battles behind the net. Bedard has had a great hockey game, I must say. And this one's going to be played there. Flipped in, 9:43 to go in this third period. As the clock just winds down on the Czech attack, they are not able to mount anything, and it is getting to be danger time for them. Here's a chance. Shot, save, Garon, and he's going to glove it, and that Czech player goes crashing into the net, banging around with Caden Gooley, and unfortunately for them, they come sniffing close to a goal, but can't get it. And that, my friends, will be a break in the action. We'll see what we got. All right. Yeah. All right. Let's see what we got. Commercial time, break in the action. Rest the voice a little bit. Try not to go too hard because we do have more tournament games to go, that is for sure, but we currently sit, guys, blowing me away with hitting that subscribe button. I didn't expect that tonight, but I appreciate it. And we've currently crossed 1,000 views this hour as well, so we're flying through the views today, that is for sure. As like I said, 14,000 views in 48 hours, that is very unexpected and a very great day if I'm being quite honest with you, that's for sure. So, now shift to the game for Gatorade, and I think is that going to be the 5-on-3? Yeah, that's going to be the 5-on-3 for sure. As that goal by Owen Power, and then all of a sudden, yeah, the 5-on-3, another goal by Owen Power to capitalize the hat trick. What a beauty he is, and hopefully will continue to be throughout this tournament. He looks like he shaved off the mustache. He should have kept that. Wonder if he had that going at Michigan. Probably something interesting to keep a check on and maybe check some social media. But now you've got the face-off here, and A whistle. And a reset. And there we go. We're back underway. This one's going to be played forward by Team Canada off the face-off win in their own zone. 9:20 to go in this third period. And they just got to bring it home here. This one up and out of play. So now it's starting to slow down. Of course, every back half of the third period of the World Juniors game, the momentum goes like this, and then it goes like this in terms of how fast-paced the game is. It kind of starts grinding down to a halt. So that's where we find ourselves now. Is this one a center ice face-off, and everybody taking their extra time, catching their breath, trying to save up for the last few minutes of the hockey game and keep things alive. And now all of a sudden we got a ref coming in to talk to one of the Canadian players. I don't know if they're saying something or if they're talking about something, but Goot's been at it all night. And now Canada wins another face-off. Zellweger very, very active getting that puck in the zone. And now 9:09 to go in this third period. Czech side trying to find an attack that'll work for them. But the Canadian defense has kind of stepped up since allowing that third goal and stymied the Czechs, right? They only have, a total of 5 shots since the first period. Xavier Bargo out there for Team Canada. He's the man to watch, I think, in my eyes, all tournament long, if I am who I am. Shot deflected there by Kyle. And that will be a save from Malek. And my friends, I'm falling asleep sitting up, to be quite honest with you. Quite honestly. It's been a long holiday season. I mean, I was up till midnight last night, up till about midnight the night before, and now Team Canada sitting at it. That is a really weird scoreboard, how they've got that, but it's 3-2 for Canada and 3-0 for the Czechs. As now this one turned around, 8-3 the shots in this period for Team Canada, and we've got another icing. My goodness, the whistles are adding up big time here. If you're Team Canada and the Czechs, just slowing the game down miserably, if you ask me, but that's all right. We'll grind through it and be okay. I think we'll be fine, as we just got to get into the last 5 minutes of this hockey game, and then everything will fly on by. Team Canada will walk themselves to the win. Hopefully another goal or two, and then away we go with this third period being over with, and we can rest up for the night and get ready for a cold night tomorrow, that's for sure. Is this one a weird play at the blue line leads to a Czech play? And now we're going to have a penalty against the Czechs. That's an unfortunate one. A real good battle, and he comes up empty with it. As they'll go right there. The cameraman comes out of the box, all dressed in white. And look at this. Minor penalty for hooking. Yeah, that's going to be hooking. Gets the stick into the midsection of Owen Power. Takes a lot to take that guy down. So yeah, I can understand why it would be a penalty. Kulish gets the penalty for hooking at 11:36. And now what we're talking about, burying another goal. If you're Team Canada, right here is the time to do it. And that's going to be Mason McTavish winning the face-off forward for Team Canada as they come up with possession behind the net. And now Cole Perfetti is going to battle this one on the boards to Kent Johnson, who turns it over promptly. McTavish was not expecting that to come off the boards as hot as it did. And a $1:45 remains in the power play for Team Canada. At least this will bleed a lot of time off the clock if we're Canadian fans. And now McTavish fires it in. Be around the boards and bounced at the blue line. Staying back, playing it safe is Owen Power, who sees it go across to Johnson, and Bork out there. Ooh, pardon me as I'm falling asleep. Like I said, shot saved there. So it's the Czechs who get the first shot of the tournament power play. My goodness, wow. All right, I really am falling asleep. Pardon me. As now Bork moves around a man who was definitely sleeping, just allowing him to move around like that. This one played back to the point. Owen Power across. Now the defense setting up for the Czechs. Not as easy moving with 5 guys and 4 guys out there respectively, as opposed to 5 guys and 3 guys like when Team Canada won those couple of battles 5-on-3 to get those 2 goals that have given us the 5-3 lead. Now all of a sudden, there you go. Garan plays the puck, and now Canada's up the other way. This one played in. Now Bedard is out there for the final 28 seconds. Wouldn't it be something to see him score a goal to start this game off and tournament off right? He's already got an assist. Now to get him a goal would be just a cherry on top, and that's a goal. Wow, what a shot from there. Zellweger scores it and just fires a bullet on net. And my goodness, that one goes back in the net. So it's 6-3 for Canada, 6:38 to go in this third period. Let me check the chat, see if you guys had a reaction to that or not. As what do we got? Let's see. You guys are all looking for all right. Sure. All right. So if you're in Canada and you can't find the game on TV, what you want to do is you want to ask somebody who has a TSN subscription on their cable package to give you their login information to how they pay their bill, and then you take that login information, go over to tsn.ca, and bing bang boom, you're going to be able to find the game on tsn.ca for free, just via bumming somebody's subscription, and secondarily to that, maybe paying buddy a case of beer or a bottle of Bailey's or something. You know, just be a good friend at the holiday season, okay? That's all I'm asking there. 6:20 to go in this third period as this hockey game is starting to wind down, and I know I'm getting tired, you're getting tired, everybody's getting tired. Canada's tired, Czechs definitely are tired. And now Olin Zellweger from Cormier and Neighbors. So the Airdrie boy gets an assist. Jake Neighbors, congratulations on getting that point on the board. Glad to see it for you. And now all of a sudden we get things going here. This one, big hit on Bourgault. Oh my goodness. He got absolutely rocked there. A little bit of the wind knocked out of him, and he goes down the tunnel. That is not good to see for Bourgault as he goes to catch his breath down in the locker room. And now the Czechs trying to keep this puck alive. They are just a little bit too late after their big play in the first period to get things going. As soon as Canada got the notes from Dave Cameron, hey guys, just a reminder, we do have to play a little bit of defense. Not too much, just enough to stymie them. Well, it's worked out pretty good for Team Canada. They gave up 7 shots in the first period and now have given up 6 shots since. And my friends, that is over 35 minutes of hockey almost at this point for Team Canada, going without giving up a ton of shots. So keep in mind, Jake Neighbors just about had a great shot on net. He hesitated a few seconds too long, and now all of a sudden we've got an injured Czech player. This is the second one of the game down in the ice in discomfort, and there comes Sertif is going to the box. And yeah, hit to the head. Yikes. Principal point of contact to boot. So this could change things a little bit as well if you're Team Canada going off for that hit to the head of the Czech player as we cross 7,200 views on the live stream. Again, another crazy night. Like I said, I definitely could not have predicted this one going the way I did. But so far, so good. And I appreciate you guys tuning in this evening. Really appreciate everybody kind of coming back through after my 10-month absent from live streaming, but yeah, it is what it is. So let's see here. Ooh, man. Okay. All right. Stop yawning in your heads. Let's get this going. It's another skip the dishes commercial. That's about all I seem to see on these TVs. And here we go. Sit back, relax, and coast on home. Another game in the bag for Team Canada against the Czechia side. You love to see it. That is for sure. Chevrolet, sponsor of this game. There's the Czech player. He's got a little bit of blood on that towel. He's a little shooken up, that's for sure. And look at this. Bing comes in, Sertif, and yeah, a head-shoulder contact. That's just a little bit of poor guy's a little smaller than Sertif, and the hit meant for the shoulder knocks him to the ice. And that is going to be interference. Okay, so it's not a hit to the head. That's interesting. 2-minute penalty. Okay, all right. We've seen some weird things in this game so far, right? The kneeing and stuff like that. So now we all of a sudden find Team Canada shorthanded. You know what happened last time Team Canada was shorthanded, but it's okay. Find out what happens here as let's get it going. As the Czechs will set up the attack. $1:53 to go on this power play. Shot fired. Garon sees it go by. Now all of a sudden you've got yourself a chance for Canada to regroup on the penalty kill and maybe turn this puck over, as they are pestering the Czechs in their own zone. 4:58 to go in this third period. 36-13 the shots for Canada. And yeah, all of a sudden those shots started piling up, kind of like how you expected them to for Canada. And now 4:45 left on the clock, and I don't think the Czechs have much left in the tank here. They're trying to set up an attack. That one goes off a skate, stick, and back to the same Czech player that played it originally. Now cross shot, saved there by Garon. He's been solid since giving up that third goal. Hasn't really been tested much, but finally the Czechs get their 14th shot of the game. So through a period and a half, they have as many shots as they had in that first period. Tough go for them, as Team Canada's defense clamped down and really got the job done. Now this one back there as Cole Perfetti. He's going to wire it out of the zone on the penalty kill. It's going to go all the way through the neutral zone, right to the high dots, and regrouped there by the Czechs, who, well, Perfetti and somebody took themselves out along the boards. And back the other way, 4-on-3 come the Czechs. They're going to fire their sharp angle shot. Garon plays small. I don't know how tall he is, but he plays very small in net for Canada. I don't know. That's something to maybe watch later in the tournament to see how many times he gets beat high. But now back again with 14 seconds to go on the penalty to Canada. You've got the Czechs in the offensive zone. 3:30 to go in the game. And this one's battling there. Nothing happening so far. This one's going to go right there. Sabrongo brings it out. And coming up next, USA versus Slovakia. And back the other way comes Surdov with Jake Neighbors. He's going to lead it front net. And nothing there Neighbors can do other than play it back to the point. Another shot there. Save made by Malek, who stuck through it after giving up 6 goals. 3 minutes to go in this third period. And now suddenly Canada trying to battle their way through. He's going to work them over behind the net. Will Lambos. And now you've got this one playing right there. 2:45 to go in this third period. It's winding down now. And I am just tasting bed. Honestly, I'm tasting supper in bed on Boxing Day. It's been a long enough day. It's time to capitalize and get some rest before the holidays come to an end on Wednesday. 2:30 to go in this second period. Canada just kind of walking around, toying with the Czechs to make them running down the clock at this point. Not much left to be decided here. Canada comes away after falling 3-1, score 5 unanswered against the Czech side. And that is pretty much all she wrote about this one, unless the Czechs score here. Garon, 2 saves. And now all of a sudden the Czechs piling up the shots late in this third period. Under 2 minutes to go now as Canada controls into the Czech territory. Kent Johnson, who he's been noticeable, but I think the most noticeable thing he did was drawing that penalty that allowed Canada to go on a back-to-back 2-man advantage, right? He was cross-checked, he was tripped, and he took some punishment, but he got us 2 goals that were very big difference makers in this one if you're Team Canada. And now a little bit of offensive control time for Canada as Perfetti and Bedard are out there with Shane Wright. Bedard fires it wide, gets his bell rung a little bit as he turns around looking for that puck again. And now, well, you've got the Czechs coming back the other way, firing a weak shot towards the net. The miss is wide. Perfetti comes back on defense, and we've got 1:12 to go in this third period, my friends, as things are finally winding down between Canada and the Czech Republic. This one's going to go up and out of play with 1:02 to go in this hockey game. And we find ourselves sitting here looking pretty as Bedard tries to take the shot, and then he gets rung around a little bit, as I think that goes off a stick, yeah, off the Czech defender's stick, and wide of the net. He's been dangerous. He's looked good. He's come as advertised so far in this one. He'd like a little bit more, but you aren't going to get too much more sometimes, so he'll just battle it through, and yeah, it's good. So here we go. This one's going to be played in. Jake Neighbors moves it forward. Under a minute to go now. 54 seconds to go. 5 of 6 goals tonight scored by defensemen for Team Canada. That is your tally to keep track of for sure. And now 43 seconds to go as this clock will wind down. And my goodness, at long last, this game is going to get over with, which is good to me because this third period, you knew it was in the bag pretty much by the time you got into the first 5 minutes. And it's been a lot of fighting myself to stay awake after that, as now everybody's just running down the clock. This one's going to go down the ice. Tell me it's not nice and call. It will be with 18.3 seconds to go. Team Canada this close to taking home a victory in this one. Guys, I'd like to thank you so much for tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, actually, I should, guys and gals, for tuning in to tonight's live stream, supporting me along this crazy journey that I am going to call the World Juniors for yet another year. And we will wind down the clock here, a Team Canada win, as it's a solid victory for us in the column to get this job done. And of course, lead ourselves into a 1-0 tie up top with Finland in Group A. 15 seconds to go. The Czech Republic fire it down one more time right into the glove of a waiting Canadian defender. 9 seconds to go. Off the board's glass it goes. 5 seconds. Canada's crowd getting loud, getting proud. Everybody standing. Game over. Canada wins 6-3 against the Czech Republic. And my friends, that will do it for me this evening. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you for riding it out with me.